The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is presented by the Ohio Veterinary Medical Center, Big D Tack and Vet Supply, Dublin Valley Farms, Stable.ca, and Midland Acres. Now let's go trackside for all the action.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Coshocton County Fair in Coshocton, Ohio. I'm Frank Froz, along with Michael Langer, as we get set for day 2 of racing. And you wouldn't know it, but it's a beautiful day. I mean, you know, from yesterday, it was dreary, it was chilly. It's a little cold today, but you know what? We got something up there, Michael. I'm not sure what it is.
I know. It was really bothering me on the way over here. You know, driving east into it, I didn't recognize it. It took me a little while to figure it out.
I told Rod Newhart this morning. I said I feel like a vampire. I haven't seen sun in so long. I mean, it's so. But a beautiful day of racing. Track is in great shape after the work they did yesterday on this track. So looking for a big day of racing today. 11 races on the card.
Yep, and it's Boys' Day. We've got 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds. We've got boys. We've got trotters. We've got pacers split into a couple of different divisions. Got some pretty impressive group. 1 second. I got a volume up on my phone that needs to go away. There we go. Sorry about that. First race this afternoon is going to be for 3-year-old pacers. Then we're going to go to 2-year-old trotters, 2-year-old pacers, 3-year-old trotters, 3-year-old pacers, back and forth a little bit till we get to the 7th. Then we've got our signature series single race of the day for 4-year-olds and up, the Coshocton County Pacing Derby. And then back for 3 more after that with our final here at the fair for being the 3rd division of the 3-year-old Colton Gelting Pace, and there's some good ones in there. I was looking at the program. I wanted to there's some things that I realized, you know, when the program's got so much information in front of it. You know, I had a couple of guys that were over here yesterday, and they're like, okay, we've never looked at a harness program before. Where's the best place to start?
And that's a trick question, too, because it depends on who you ask.
100%. And that's what I said to him. I'm like, you know, you've got horses, you've got drivers, and you've got trainers. And then you've got track conditions. And then you've got times. Then you've got fairs versus real, you know, the bigger tracks. Yep. And I said, there's a lot of things to consider. And he said, well, take me through one line. You know, so we started with the date and the track condition and the purse and the post position, and then all the way through the mile, and then we get to the end. And he said, well, there's 7 horses in this race, and there's 6 lines for each one of them. He says, so he said, do I have to look at all 42 lines to know what it is I'm going to end up betting? I said, no, you have to filter. You know, you gotta figure it out. So anyway, I was looking at the program in detail last night. We got a lot of good horses here.
Oh, today. We have some really special horses today.
Yeah, some that have been racing, a bunch that have been racing, you know, in the $20,000 races at Northfield and at Scioto, a couple that raced in Delaware pretty impressively, actually. So looking forward to a good day of racing. I think it's going to be great.
Well, let's take you a quick tour around the track here. This track has really sweeping wide turns. It's not that big of a straightaway. You can see the sweep into the first turn there, basically what you might call the paddock turn because of all the barns there. We had a little incident there this morning I'll tell you about in a minute. I mean, it's always been something. The back stretch there, we got a good view for everybody today, so you'll be able to see the horses throughout this race, and then it's into that big sweeping upper turn, and then the short stretch run to the stretch. So they're calling them out for that first race, so we'll be getting ready to go. But, you know, yesterday we had a situation, you know, with just how much mud we had around here yesterday. We had a horse trailer get stuck, and then today coming in, a horse trailer hit a wire, snapped it. We had a live wire down, so they do not have electricity to 2 of the barns back there. They had to, luckily the electrician was there, was able to cut the wire and get the power turned off before anything happened. But,
nightmare.
You know, yeah, one of those days that you just said, holy geez, it's starting that way.
Boy, it is kind of nice being out here and looking at some blue sky.
Oh, without a doubt, it's finally.
It really is.
Ground is still wet. It's muddy. Yesterday, they worked. They had some sort of a truck rodeo, I think, yesterday, and there were puddles in the infield. They've gotten all the puddles out of the infield.
Oh, it looks a lot different.
It does.
A lot different than yesterday. Yeah, the puddles and the mud piles over there, the wet ones over to the right are gone. Yeah. But it does look like they did something out there last night. And meanwhile, if we're going to talk about the fact that it's blue sky and it's comfortable, it's nice, we should. Let's go to Roger
Colt
for
Stakes,
the
3-year-old Colton Gelding Pace, $4,187. Trophy by Norman Farms. Number 1, SM Hugo, Emmanuel Miller. The 2, Little Legend, Mark St. Louis Jr. Number 3, Drinking My Baby Goodbye, Chris Presley. Number 4, Cruiser with Class, Charlie Neff. The 5, Somewhere Up, the driver, Keith Cash Jr. And number 6, Dragons Better, David Young II in the sulky. Horse will take one score and go to the gate.
Finish that thought for a second. We're talking about blue sky and it's bright and it's nice and everything. We should also probably point out that Frank is wearing a sweatshirt and I have a
little chilly
long sleeve.
We're underneath cover.
We are, yeah. We don't have any direct sunlight. Thank you, Roger, for that post-parade for this afternoon's first. Again, this is the first division of 3-year-old Colt and Gelding Pacers. Let's take a look at these 6 guys from the rail out. Number 1, SM Hugo, Manny Miller in the bike for Mike Metters. Mike shares ownership with Tina Sudermeister, folks from down in Pataskala. This is a bit of a legend gelding out of the Big Bad John mare, SM Katrina. Looking for his first one of the year on 14 starts. Does have 3 second-place finishes, 2 third-place finishes, earnings of about $8,000. Last couple of races, Mark St. Louis had him at Dover. Got parked out of middle half in 58-4, which is really, really tough to overcome against this group. A couple of weeks before that, he was in Delaware and Upper Sandusky, picked up a couple of checks. So the last 6 starts, no worse than 5th, but still looking for that first one of the year.
The number 2 is Little Legend. Mark St. Louis Jr. drives. Stacy Curry is the trainer and the owner. This is a bit of a legend and gelding out of the Badlands Hanover mare. Island View did not race as a 2-year-old. This year, 18 starts, 3 wins, a second and a third. Earnings of over $15,000. Last time out was at Delaware, finished 5th. Was a winner 3 back at Canfield.
Number 3, Drinking My Baby Goodbye. Chris Presley takes the reins for Daniel Hale, who trains and owns out of Utica. Drinking is a 3-year-old gelding out of Big Bad John by the Lis Mara mare, Lis Mara's lady. 14 starts this year, has 7 wins, which is the most of the competitors in this race, along with a second, 2 third-place finishes, 10 out of 14, and earnings of just under $40,000. An impressive mark of 53-3 at Scioto. Last start was Delaware for $65,000. Brett Miller had the reins that day and got a really, really nice check for a solid third-place finish. So that was really good for Daniel. Prior to that Delaware race, 3 first-place finishes in a row at Worcester, Canfield, and Canton.
The number 4 is Cruiser with Class. Charles Neff drives, trains, and owns this Yankee Cruiser out of Classy but Sassy by the Ponderosa. 21 starts, 5 wins, 6 seconds, 3 thirds. Was lightly raced as a 2-year-old with just 2 starts. Winner last time out at Dover, pacing in 157-4. Has tried the Buckeye Stallion Series a couple of times, 6th and 5th in those 2 outings.
Number 5 is Somewhere Up. This is out of the Clegg Barn. Nick's got the reins. This is a lather up gelding. I'm sorry, Keith Cash has the reins today on Somewhere Up. Lather up gelding by Some Beach, Somewhere's mare, Somewhere Sunny. 33 starts this year without a victory. What does that feel like, you think, Frank?
I've been there before. I think our streak was 49.
I had to ask. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I saw that last night, and I'm like, okay, that's
okay.
a Frank and Frank question right there. I can't help it.
Loaded.
Meanwhile, yeah, totally. Despite the lack of a win, still $16,000 in earnings for this one, so not so terrible. Had a break in the last start at Dover and finished up the creek, if you will, eighth place at Delaware Really looking to get something going here for this one.
And the last horse, as the starting 8 starts rolling, Dragon's Better. David Young, the second, drives for Steve Carter. This is a Fear of the Dragon out of the Better Than Graduate mare. 21 starts, 2 wins, 5 seconds, 6 thirds, has hit the board in 4 of the last 5, was third at Dover. And the starting gate is rolling.
3-year-old Colt and Gelding, first division with a $4,187 purse. You're watching harness racing live from the Coshocton County Fair in Coshocton, Ohio. Let's take it up to Roger Houston for the call of this afternoon's first race.
Pacers are all in behind the Wolfsburg starting gate on the upper turn. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're off and pacing, going for the lead. Drinking My Baby Goodbye. We got a recall.
Hey, we have a recall.
Not sure what the recall.
No, because a couple of them are way out there, and they look like they were good to go.
Yeah. I'm not sure what we're going to.
Seeing equipment dangling?
No, there was one horse that was a little late getting to the start, and I'm not sure if they had an equipment issue or not. So we'll kind of keep this and figure out what's going on.
Well, the good news is nobody's going back to the paddock. They're all just continuing slowly to go around the track.
We'll see if we can kind of get an idea of what happened.
Forward go was given.
There you go. So the number 2, apparently Little Legend, hit the gate, caused interference, and caused a horse to go on a break.
Well, that wasn't very nice.
No. So we'll do it all again one more time.
Bring them back, guys. Bring them back.
Yeah, just so you know, 0 for 40, but we still did earn 25 grand last year. So.
Oh, my God, he won't let it go now.
No, I won't. We're going to keep it cut now. Oh. But, you know, getting back to what you were talking about with the program, and for first-time people, it can be overwhelming and just
yes.
Crazy. It was the first time I took my daughter and some of her girlfriends to the track up at Northfield when she was in college. I took them to the track, and we sat down to look at the program, and they kind of just went, oh my, look at the small writing. Where do you start? And then I said to my daughter, I said, well, if you think it's small, what do you think about those gentlemen sitting over there? And there were a bunch of elderly gentlemen that were there.
Sure.
And so, that's one of the things that, trying to do is trying to find ways to simplify some things for, that first time better, that can be there and enjoy it.
Yep. Absolutely. I think what we ended up focusing on with this guy yesterday was in the money percentages for trainers and drivers.
There you go. Yep.
That was going to be their focus. Okay, they're coming back. The horses are in the final turn and just about to hit the top of the stretch. And we are now ready to go for round 2 of race 1. Let's go up to Roger for the call.
They're off and pacing. That's Little Legend going for the lead. SM Hugo on the inside second. Getting away third as they race into the turn. That's Drinking My Baby Goodbye. Racing fourth is Cruiser with Class as they race to the backside. Fifth on the outside is Dragon's Better, and trailing the field, that's Somewhere Up. Down the backside, going to the first quarter mark. On top of the field, that's Drinking My Baby Goodbye at the quarter in 30 1/5. Into the turn, racing second is Little Legend. Up on the outside, Dragon's Better. Now third, continuing to close with each and every stride. SM Hugo fourth, racing fifth. That's Cruiser with Class. And trailing the field, Somewhere Up. 5 in, 1 out, coming to the halfway point. Drinking My Baby Goodbye, and Chris Presley showing the way to the halfway point. Halfway home in 1 minute flat. Into the turn they go. Drinking My Baby Goodbye with the lead. Dragons Better going the long mile on the outside second. Little Legend pacing third. Out moving on the outside. Cruiser with Class now fourth. Racing fifth. SM Hugo. Dropping further back is Somewhere Up. Down the backside going to the 3/4 mark. It's Drinking My Baby Goodbye. 3/4 in 1:29 and 4. The tempo's picked up. Drinking My Baby Goodbye is opened up now by 6. SM Hugo is there second. Racing up on the outside third. It is Dragons Better. Into the stretch they come. On top of the field. Drinking My Baby Goodbye. Drawing away with each and every stride. Home second, SM Hugo. Third, Cruiser with Class.
2 minutes flat? Did I
think
hear that
that's what
right?
he said, yep.
2 minutes flat,
I was
minute for
hoping
the
they
first
might
time.
turn up the volume a little here in the grandstand. I talked to the guys earlier, and they were going to try to turn it up a little bit, so I'm not sure if it's any louder than it was yesterday.
Perfect. Drinking My Baby Goodbye. That's what you call wire to wire, folks. That means that he left the wire in first place and he ended the race at first place. And not a big surprise. Drinking My Baby Goodbye went off at the 1-2 favorite. Had been 10 out of 14, 10 out of 14 in the money this year with 7 wins, which was the most of anybody in the race. And as we had mentioned, after that $65,000 race in Delaware, during Jug Week, the 3 weeks before that, was a win, win, and win, including that 156-2 at Canfield, which was really impressive at the fairgrounds over there. So congrats to Daniel Hale, Chris Presley on the bike. That will now give Drinking My Baby Goodbye 8 wins and 15 starts. Earnings will now go up to a little over $42,000, and again, a mark this year of 53-3 at Scioto Downs.
Getting the rundown here from Roger in just a second. Back into the winner's circle. Chris Presley doesn't drive yesterday, comes here and scores a win, the first race he's got. So let's go up to Roger for the rundown.
Your unofficial winner, number 3, Drinking My Baby Goodbye. Owned by Daniel Hale, Utica, Ohio. Trained by Daniel Hale. Chris Presley in the sulky. 3-year-old got him, but Big Bad John out of Liz Mara's Lady. Home winner in 157 3/5. Final half 57-3. The final quarter 27-4.
Get the rest of the rundown here, but 157-3, 27-3 final quarter. He was flying.
They did open it up a little bit.
Track is quick.
Track is quick. We talked yesterday about the records here in Coshocton. 156 is the all-age pace record. 58-2 for the Trotters.
Top downs 251.
So I would say,
Well, he must have finished the rundown. At least
I think he did. Is he done?
No.
Results
there he
are
goes.
official.
There we go.
First race. Number 1, SM Hugo, 2. The 2, Little Legend, 5. The 3, Drinking My Baby Goodbye, the winner. The 4, Cruiser with Class, 3. The 5, Somewhere Up, 6. The 6, Dragons Better, 4. Top down, 251, 36, 4 on the bottom. The quarter 30-1. The half 1 minute. 3/4 129.4. The mile 157 3/5.
All right, there you go. The rundown for the first. Want to welcome everybody who has joined us already and checked in. Coming from Coshocton, Ohio, which is in east central Ohio. And we'll have more about the county fair here when we return to the Coshocton Fair right after this.
first Coshocton County Fair was held in October of 1851. Located in the east central part of the state, farmers had to adapt their techniques to the hills and valleys of the area. A local agricultural society was formed to revive and permanently establish agriculture as a primary industry. The early fairs were held in the town square, while livestock hitched in a nearby field and horses raced on Louisville Street. Harness racing continued to be a highlighted event for many years. As the fair grew in popularity, a permanent racetrack will be put into place. A fire destroyed the grandstand less than 3 months before the 1954 Coshocton County Fair. Many had lost hope of holding races that year, but in only a few weeks' time, a new grandstand was erected, and the races went on. Perseverance was a theme for Coshocton. In 1979, heavy rain canceled many events, but after countless hours of track conditioning, 19 heats would go to the starting gate. Today, the Coshocton County Fair is a member of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. They host 2 afternoons of live-action harness racing.
History, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
Second race coming up shortly. Again, welcome to this absolutely beautiful early fall day here in Coshocton, Ohio. Appreciate you joining us. This is the last day of racing here at this fair.
And if you want to follow along, you can pick up your program at harnessracingohio.com. We put them up about an hour before post time. Gives you a chance to get it, and you can follow along if you'd like. So pick up your program there.
Got a call last night from a friend in New Jersey that knew that I was doing this function and said, is it on my betting sites? I'm like, no,
Nope.
you got to be on the property for this.
Unfortunately not.
For this one, yeah, we're not quite there.
I did have somebody ask me once when I was explaining that we did this, and we have viewers across the United States, North America, and the world.
The world, right.
And they're like, well, can they bet? I'm like, no. And they're like, well, why do they watch? I said, because they're fans. They are fans. And that's what we've got, including probably our number one fan down in Margate, Florida, Dave Myrick, back with us again. And Dave, yes, thank Kathy for the gift I received yesterday. Charlie brought it over. Dave's son Charlie, driver trainer here in Ohio, does not have any horses in today. He's got a bunch up at Northfield tonight. I think he's got 6 at Northfield.
Oh, wow.
But he brought over a kind of like a blanket that his mom, Kathy, had knitted for me in Buffalo Bills red, white, and blue colors. I'm a big Bills fan.
Even as a New York Giants fan, by the way,
That's
I
all
thought
right.
the blanket was really cool.
Charlie's
really
a
nice.
big Dolphins fan, so you know,
really nice.
We bet chicken wings against fish sandwiches every year, and I'm still waiting for my fish sandwich. So Charlie, if you're watching, you know I'm still waiting. You know, just an FYI. But you know, great people in this horse industry all across the world, and we get set for our second race today,
which is the first division of 2 for 2-year-old colt and gelding trotters. And the breeze kicking up a little bit, but it's at the horse's back coming up the stretch, so no harm, no foul. Although if I was going to make a move on the back stretch, I'd probably want some cover in front of me on a day like today, because it is a little bit of a breeze back there. Got a nice crowd in the grandstand, similar to what we had yesterday. And
one more day here at the fair. Tomorrow is the last day of the
fair itself.
The fair, yep. And I was talking to the wife of one of the fair board members. She said, yep, one more day of the fair, and then it's the next day, and we get to clean it all up.
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
Yeah. I wonder what it's like the day after the jug in Delaware.
Oh. Well, the fair's still going on, so you've got everything still going.
Yeah,
you've got all the
true.
livestock. You've got stuff back in the motorsports area, so you still have the things going. But
good day for people to collect cans.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, go out there and do some good for the earth.
Waiting for the horses for the second to come on the track.
Almond's got some good colors.
I know. I like that
that's very
kind of
cool.
cross between, almost like a cranberry color. Looking.
Yeah. I think that I see something in that shade, and I immediately think of John Campbell. But that one that was done really. That one's done really nice. So these 2-year-old colt and gelding trotters range in number of starts from 8 to 21 this year. Roger's attempting to get them lined up here for post parade any minute.
Well, they are all out, so now it's just a matter of getting them in order, and we'll get the post parade for the first.
Second
for the second.
Stay with me now,
Hey.
Frank. Come on, stay with me.
After today, we've got the
Yeah.
county fair races at Hollywood Dayton for Montgomery County, and then just Lancaster, and that's it.
And that's it.
I
And
think
Lancaster dates are when?
we're next Tuesday and Wednesday, or Wednesday and Thursday, I think it is.
Wednesday and Thursday. And they're daytime, right?
Yep, I think here we go. Let's
Go to Roger.
parade.
Post parade.
Turn. Got horses on the backside.
No, we're not going to go for the post parade yet. Horses are still on the backside. So I wanted them all to gather up,
Come on, guys.
trying to get them
Don't get
ready to
Roger.
roll.
Don't get Roger upset, please.
Yeah, we don't need to get Roger riled
Not
up.
even noon, for gosh sakes.
Oh,
Come on.
all right.
There we go.
All right. Now I think we're ready. Let's go up to Roger now.
Second race, Home Talent Colt Stake. 2-year-old colt and gelding trot, $6,460. Trophy by Coshocton Lumber. Number 1, Spin the Prize, and Drew Neal. Number 2, My Next Chapter, Alex Hawk. Number 3, Nothing But Cat, John G. Wingard. Number 4, Our Boss with Nick Clegg. The 5, CS Sugar Tom, Ammon Hirschberger. And number 6, Rockers Legend, Justin Irvine in the sulky. Horse will take 1 score and go to the gate. Alex Hawk on the 2, Ammon Hirschberger on the 5. Don't be.
There you go.
From the rail out, we will introduce you to these guys. Number 1 is Spend the Prize. Drew Neal is in the bike for Rosie Weaver. Heartland Acres and Rosie share ownership. This is an Enterprise gelding out of the Muscles Yankee mare. Spend it in. 9 out of 12 in the money so far this year, with the market 205 at Croton. Had a break last week at Ashland, but Worcester before that, Wasion, Canton, and Hicksville, some second place finishes. I don't know, maybe just in a little bit too tough, or just doesn't have the good closing ability some of the other ones do, but that's been the prize from the rail.
The number 2 is My Next Chapter. Alex Hawk picks up the drive for J.H. Miller. This Uncle Peter out of the Chapter 7 mare Tribute to Heaven is owned by Powerline Racing Stable of Salesville. 8 starts this year, a second and a third. Last time out in the Buckeye Stallion Series was 6th. Still looking for that first win, was second, 2 back at Old Washington.
Number 3, Nothing But Cat. John Wingard in the bike. He trains and owns along with Amy. This is a 2-year-old Nothing But Class gelding out of the Don't You Forget It Katana mare. 9 starts this year, a win, 2 seconds and a third, a market 202 at Northfield.
The number 4 is Our Boss. Nick Clegg drives for Betty Clegg. This is an Enterprise out of Don't Even Know My Name by Master Levesque. Betty Clegg is the owner. A win, 5 seconds, 4 thirds in 21 starts. Earnings over $20,000. That win came at Bucyrus, taking a mark of 207. Did make a break 2 races back when it finished 7th, 3 back. Finished 3rd at Ashland. That break happened at the Delaware County Fair.
Number 5, CS Sugar Tom. Chris Hirschberger, bike for Wes.
Amen.
It is Almond. I put his name in the wrong spot. You see that? It's supposed to go over here.
You moved it.
I moved it. I moved it over here to the towns where these guys live in. That's what's in the left-hand column. This is CS Sugar Tom, Eden Acres, Mass Column Racing, and S. Miller. 8 starts, looking for a win. Just 1 second place finish so far this year. get the finale, Frank.
And the number 6 is Rockers Legend. Justin Irvine drives for Sue Stockwell, who trains and owns this Dream Rocker gelding. 5 wins in 10 starts, has hit the board in 8 of those 10. Winner last time out at Dover in 204-1.
And those 5 wins are the most of any horse that's in this field, along with the most earnings of $26,000 in the field. So Justin is justifiably the 7-5 favorite. Let's go to Roger Houston for the call this afternoon's second race.
Come. They're off and trotting, going for the lead. That's Spin the Prize on the inside. Up on the outside, My Next Chapter goes off stride. As they race around the turn, racing second now is Nothing But Cat. As they race to the backside, Our Boss racing third. Out and moving on the outside, as they race down the backside, go on to the first quarter. It's My Next Chapter. Race over to the first quarter station. Opening quarter in 32 flat. As they race around the turn, going to the 3/8 mark. On top of the field, it's My Next Chapter with the lead. Spin the Prize is there second. Racing third, Nothing But Cat. Fourth is Our Boss, and treading the field, Rockers Legend, along with CS Sugar Tom. Passing the stands first time, coming to the halfway point. It's My Next Chapter with the lead. The half, 101, 1/5. As they race into the turn, racing second. That is Spin the Prize. Trotting third, coming to the outside, Nothing But Cat. As they race to the backside, Our Boss is there fourth. I think you could turn the PA down a bit. Down the backside they go. My Next Chapter continues to show the way. Racing up on the outside with each and every stride as they race over to the 3/4 mark in 132-3. As they race around the turn, closing on the outside, Nothing But Cat with every stride now takes the lead. Moving up on the outside, Rockers Legend is now third, now second, closing in on the leader. It's Nothing But Cat with the lead. On the outside, Rockers Legend closing in with each and every stride. Rockers Legend on the outside, drawn away. Nothing But Cat is there second. It's all Rockers Legend. Nothing But Cat, Spin the Prize.
Hey, we're back. Rockers Legend, steered by a very, 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 very patient Justin Irvine. Let all kinds of things go on in front of him over the course of most of the race, sitting either fourth or fifth on the rail. And then when they got 3 in and 3 out prior to the 3/4 pole, Justin got himself in a good position over there, second over, and made a big brush in the final turn and kind of drew away pretty simply there when they got into mid-stretch. Rockers Legend, Sue Stockwell, off to another good start. She trains and she owns. And that is Justin Irvine's 1,534th start this year. Justin's got Justin's had a great year, but a ton of starts so far this year. Congratulations to that team. That's 6 wins and 11 starts. Earnings now of just about $30,000 and 9 out of 11. Sometimes we catch a little chatter between the drivers as they come across the finish line. Somebody usually complimenting or questioning something that may have happened out on the racetrack. We had one of those that time, but
there's a shot of Sue Stockwell right there. She's been on a great roll. She's got a bunch in at Northfield tonight. She says, yeah, as soon as they're done, they're blowing out of here to get up there. Coming in with Justin.
Met Justin at the jug last week, first time face-to-face. I think Justin falls into that potential rising star category.
Let's go up to Roger.
Race, 2-year-old Colton Gelding, home talent trot. Number 6, Rockers Legend, owned and trained by Sue Stockwell, Geneva, Ohio. Justin Irvine gets his 26th win at the fairs this season. Is a 2-year-old gelding by Dream Rocker out of Beauville. Atta Girl, home a winner in 2:05 4/5.
Wait for it to go official here, which Roger will have that for us here in just a second. Meanwhile, while we wait, yes, Charlie Myrick, I could eat 2 fish sandwiches. Obviously, you have never seen me at a dinner table.
I don't think that's a problem. I mean, I saw that and I'm like, is he kidding? Do you really think that's a challenge?
Oh.
And of course, your fan base also.
Here we go, Roger.
Number 1, Spend the Prize, 3. The 2, My Next Chapter, 4. The 3, Nothing But Cat, 2. The 5, Our Boss, 5. The 5, See Us Sugar Tom, 6. The 6, Rockers Legend, the winner. Top down, 3, 4, 2, 5, 6, 1 on the bottom. The quarter, 32. The half, 101.1. 132.3 for the 3/4. The mile, 2:05 4/5. In the upcoming
So there you have the rundown for the second. 11 of them on the card today. When we take a break, we'll be back with race 3 right after this.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661. When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigDWeb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Welcome back to the Coshocton County Fair as we get set for our third race today. This will be the 2-year-old Colt and Gelding Pacers, the first of 2 divisions. This division going for $6,400. 8 will go to the gate, so 6 on the gate, 2 trailers.
I'll tell you what I like about this race, besides the fact that there's 8 horses in it. These starters have been in the money, first, second, or third, 81 out of 94 starts combined this year in their races, and that's close to 90%. So great deal there. 2-year-old Colt and Geldings, 11 out of 13, 26 out of 28, 8 out of 12, 8 out of 10, 10 out of 13, 7 out of 12. These are the ones that you want. 21,000, 106,000, 13, 23, 6,000, 11,000, 20,000. Some really, really nice paces here. Roger's trying to get them lined up. Field of 8, so yeah, there's 6 up front, and then there'll be 2 trailing. The 7 and the 8 will go out behind the 1 and the 2. Be interesting to watch number 7, Justin Irvine. The last time I saw him at the fair coming out of the 7 hole, he immediately found a hole between the 1 and the 2 at the start of the race and was in the lead by the time they got to the first 8. So Always interesting when you've got 8 of them going. We'll see how it shakes out. Some things to compare to the last few races for these guys. And we'll go through their breeding after the post parade. But Lord Bridgerton, Chris Presley, that horse has had nothing but second tier and outside post positions for the last 6 races, and has still managed to be in the money 11 out of 13 times, which is pretty impressive. Last time I saw a picture of Chris online, he was
sideways,
horizontal. Yeah. Where was that? Rock Springs?
That was Rock Springs, yeah. I'll never forget that one.
Oh, my God, that picture.
Took a spill, and as we were just about to go off the air, he was walking our way, and I called him and got him on the air so he could let everybody know he was all
okay.
right.
Yeah,
so.
That was a scary picture.
Yep.
And that's a Brian George trained horse, so we'll see what happens with him. Betty's got one here, Rosie, Darren Harvey. All the normal cast of characters are represented in this first division for the 2-year-old Colt and Gelding Pacers, but 2 divisions, so a nice purse of $6,400 here. And it should be a lot of activity. I would expect that they would be second tiering by the time they got to the half, with a lot of action going on with this many horses. Again, Roger's trying to get them lined up. I see 5 of the 8 still coming out of the barn over there.
I want to give a quick heads up to the speed superintendent, Dakota Seitz, and the speed committee, Rodney Adams, for the great work they did getting this track ready to roll yesterday, as they shaved off about 3 or 4 inches of it to get it down where that was raceable. And then also our presiding judge today, Rod Newhart, our clerk and charter, Deb Rush. Our photo finish is Lynn Scott Photo, our photographer, winner's picture. We've got the Mike Wepkenberg starting gate getting things underway. They start the excitement. And our announcer, the man, the myth, the legend, the voice, Roger Houston. And everybody's gathering around the front. We're trying to get them all set for this post parade.
Still only seeing 6.
Yeah, they said that's what Roger said. I see one more just came on, it looks like.
Yep.
So I think we're up to 7 now.
Yeah. Uno más, por favor.
Gather them all up and then get that final horse out, and we will be ready to go with our 3rd race today.
And we have 11. As we mentioned, we have 1 signature series, and the rest are all part of the Home Talent Colt Stakes series here.
Same as yesterday, except the signature series for the Pacers will go in 1 division. Yesterday, the trot was split into 2. So that's how we ended up with an extra race.
I have a really critical decision that I have to make at some point before that race. I have a $5 bill and a $20 bill in my pocket. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. So we have a favorite coming up in that one. We'll tell you more about it as we get closer.
As we get closer, yep. So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm still waiting on one. I'm not sure which one we're waiting on. I see Justin's horse is out there. The 7 is out there.
Yep, 7's out there.
I don't think the 8 is out. I'm thinking that's the one. I see the 6, I see the 3, I see the 1, I see the 4. I think it's the 8 horse that we're waiting on.
Okay. Christina Koblenz, the owner. Angus Lake is the
I think, but
trainer.
Not 100% sure on that. That's what they're trying to debate up there. Still trying to debate who the one we're missing.
Who's missing? There's Justin.
And they're all out now. There's Nick Clegg right there. He'll spin around. Got Justin Irvine right there. A winner today already.
Great steer in that last race.
And they will be getting ready for this
post
parade.
Very nice.
Starting to all line up.
God, there's even a glare. When was the last time you
I
saw
know,
a glare?
exactly. Let's go up to Roger.
3rd race, Home Talent Colt Stake, 2-year-old Colt and Gelding Pace, $6,400. Trophy by Abbey Stables. Number 1, Lord Bridgerton. The driver, Chris Presley. Number 2, Down by the Parade with Nick Clegg. Number 3, Bounding Delight. The driver, Drew Neal. Number 4, Unique Catch, Darren Harvey. Number 5, Emmanuel Miller driving B-Day. Number 6, All Bull and No Beef, Keith Cash Jr. Number 7, Draco's Storm, Justin Irvine. And number 8, Rodeo Jet, Mark St. Louis Jr. in the sulky.
You know, I see Justin Irvine and Keith Cash Jr., and I'm wondering how far their dads, how many years those two guys go back together. Hey, we've got 8, so let us run through these for you pretty quick so that we're done before they hit the gate. Number 1, Lord Bridgerton, Chris Presley is in the bike for Brian George's. 13 starts this year, 11 times in the money, 21,600 in earnings, a mark of 58-1, and 6 lousy fair post positions in a row, and still accomplishing what he has. So should be tough from the rail today.
The number 2 is down by the parade. Nick Clegg drives for Betty Clegg. This is a down by the seaside out of the Royal Majesty Mare Gracie's Parade. 16 starts, 28 starts, 16 wins, 9 seconds, and a third. Earnings already over $100,000 for this 2-year-old. Has hit the board 26 of 28. 3 seconds. The last time out was a winner 4 back at Ashland.
Insane. Number 3, Bounding Delight. Drew Neal on the bike for Rosie Weaver. Rosie shares ownership with Heartland Acres. This is a Fear the Dragon gelding out of the Bettor's Delight mare, bound to be good. 12 starts, 8 times in the money, 13,000 in earnings, and a market 201 and a piece at Mount Gilead.
The number 4 is Unique Catch. Darren Harvey drives, trains for Wayne Mast Jr. and Eden Akers, S. Miller, and Darren Harvey. 10 starts this year, 7 wins, a second. Has won 4 of the last 5. The race did not win out of those. Was a $65,000 Sire Stakes race. Finished 5th, placed 7th.
I would say he's back where he belongs. 5th, number 5, B-Day. Emmanuel Miller for Herman Hagerman. Lucinda Belcher out of Elkhorn City, Kentucky, owns this 2-year-old Racing Hill gelding. Out of the Roddy's Bags Again mare, Mortgage Bags. 10 starts this year, still looking for a win. 2 seconds and 2 third-place finishes.
The number 6 is All Bull and No Beef. Keith Cash Jr. gets the drive for Betty Clegg. This is a Bullville Powerful gelding. Has hit the board in 4 of the last 5. A winner last time out at Dover, the only win of the year in 13 starts.
Number 7, Draco's Storm, Justin Irvine for Gary Martin. Sue Stockwell is the owner. This is a Fear the Dragon gelding. Out of the Captain Treacherous mare, Captivating Storm, 7 out of 12 in the money this year. Mark of 56-4 at Northfield. Had a 6th place finish at Delaware during Jug Week, and besides that has been on the board every week with the exception of a broken equipment back at Northfield.
The number 8 is Rodeo Jet. Angus Lake drives and trains, Mark St. Louis Jr. will be in the bike today for Angus Lake. Christina Koblenz is the owner. This is a Rodeo Romeo gelding. 13 starts, has hit the board 11 times, 4 wins, 6 seconds, and a third.
Nice group of horses. We got them all in.
We did.
We did. Just one thing to keep in mind. Last start, Unique Catch, Darren Harvey's horse with Brett Miller in the bike. 7 seconds faster than the week before. Went 152-4. Let's go to Roger now for the call of the third. First Division, 2-year-old Colton Gelding Pace.
They're off and pacing. That's B-Day going for the lead. Down by the parade on the inside as they race into that first turn. Getting away third. That is Rodeo Jet from the second tier. Up on the outside, Bounding Delight. Now fourth, racing fifth. It's Unique Catch. Down the backside, Lord Bridgerton is there sixth. Seventh on the outside, All Bull and No Beef. And trailing the field, Draco's Storm. At the first quarter mark, opening quarter 30 3/5. Up on the outside now to grab the racetrack and move right on is Rodeo Jet and Mark St. Louis Jr. racing second. That's B-Day. Pacing third. The end of the stretch, it's Nick Clegg with Down by the Parade. Passing the stands first time, coming to the halfway point. On the outside, here comes Unique Catch and Darren Harvey, now third and moving up. Halfway home in 59-2. On to the backside they go. Rodeo Jet with the lead. B-Day is there second. Up on the outside third, Unique Catch. Coming to the outside now is Down by the Parade. Nick Clegg's going to go 3 wide as they race down the backside, go on to the three-quarter station. Here comes Lord Bridgerton and Chris Presley on the move as well. But on top of the field, it's Unique Catch at the three-quarters in 1:29-3. Midway around the final turn, it's Unique Catch now by 3.5. Racing second, Down by the Parade. Third on the outside, Lord Bridgerton racing fourth. It's Rodeo Jet. Less than an 8 to go in Ohio. Unique Catch and Darren Harvey coming home as they please. Battle for second and third. Unique Catch. Down by the Parade, Lord Bridgerton.
Wowza. Competitive, you betcha. Close, not quite. Darren Harvey opened up with Unique Catch at the three-quarter pole and just drew away. That's the one that we commented went 52-4 at Dayton last week. And, well, it wasn't 52-4, but it was about a 2-minute mile. They got down the quarter in 30-3, 59-2 at the half, 29-3 at the three-quarters. I did not get the final, but I don't think it was any worse than 30 seconds, so I'm guessing it was 59 and a piece when they all got done. Down by the Parade with Nick Clegg slid in for second or third, along with Lord Bridgerton. They were close there for second place. Fourth was Rodeo Jet, which was interesting. And Mark St. Louis came out of the 8-hole, and by the time they got to the quarter, he was winning, which is not an easy thing to be able to do. Got away third, pulled out of the 3-hole, and just got right to the front.
Well, Mark St. Louis Jr. is going to pull out all stops. He's chasing Ronnie Gillespie's mark of 118 wins on the fair circuit. He's 4 back of that, and Mark told Roger today that this is probably his last chance with the fairs, not planning on driving at Hollywood Dayton on Sunday for the Montgomery Fair races or at Lancaster. So this may be his last chance to tie Ronnie for that mark of 118.
Well, I'll tell you what, if it gets down to the last race and he needs one to tie, I'm going to get this whole grandstand up and screaming for him. And we'll give him a little extra boost here.
And here comes your winner back around, Darren Harvey, driving Rodeo. Unique Catch. Let's go up to Roger.
Abbey Stables. Number 4, Unique Catch. William Mast Jr. Eden Acres Farmstead. S. Miller and Darren Harvey. Darren Harvey trains and drives. His second win this week, his 29th of the season at the Buckeye Fairs. 2-year-old Colt to catch the fire. Unique Legacy's 8th win in 11 starts. We do not have a record for 2-year-old pacers here at Coshocton. The main track record is 156, but hard to remember a 2-year-old pacer coming home a winner here in 158 2/5.
Wow, might be a track record.
Awesome.
One of those things that, you know, you keep records, and over the course of time, some of them you don't control.
Sure.
You just only keep the
big ones.
Yep, the big ones. So.
Yep.
So we'll get the rest of the rundown here in just a second.
Thought I might wreck it. There we go.
Number 1, Lord Bridgerton, 3. Number 2, Down by the Parade, 2. The 3, Bounding Delight, 7. The 4, Unique Catch, the winner. The 5, B-Day, 6. The 6, All Bull and No Beef, 8. The 7, Draco's Storm, 5. The 8, Rodeo Jet, 4. Top down, 327, 168, 5-4 on the bottom. The quarter, 30-3. The half, 59-2. 3/4, 129-3. The mile, 158, 2/5.
Wow. As Roger said, that may have been a track record, 158-2. Last half of 59 flat. Darren Harvey trains and drives that unique catch the fire colt, and raced really, really super there. That was the third. When we come back for the fourth, it's going to be the first division of our 3-year-old colt and gelding trotters. A couple of good ones in there as well. You're watching Harness Racing Live, brought to you by the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association and our fine sponsors, and they have these messages for you. We'll be right back.
Mark your calendar for the new and exciting North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. Tuesday, December 17th at the Mount Hope Event Center in Mount Hope, Ohio. Broodmares, broodmare prospects, race horses, and stallion shares. Pedigrees announced by Ed Teefee and Gabe Pruitt. Online bidding, clean, heated facility. The North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. A live auction to see quality horses with industry-leading pedigrees. Tuesday, December 17th in Mount Hope, Ohio. Entries are now open. For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Money, and Bit of a Legend. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
Welcome back to the Coshocton County Fair. As you can see, the fans out there right along the rail really enjoying their sunshine and the blue skies today.
Yeah, thanks for putting us up here in the cold, windy shade. That infield tower might have been a nice spot. I'd watch you all day long spinning the camera around in a circle there, trying to keep track of the horses.
You know, it's funny you say that. It was... I'm trying to think. It was the year of COVID when we had we were just getting back to racing, and we were doing some qualifiers down at, I think it was Lebanon we were at, and the grandstands they don't have anymore. I mean, we're out of a hay trailer when we're there.
Absolutely.
And they didn't have anything for that, so I had to shoot them in the center, and we were recording them. We weren't doing it live. We were recording them.
Okay.
And then we were editing
Showing
them together afterwards.
Right.
But that's what I had to do from the judges' stand, just kind of keep turning around and everything. Get dizzy after a few seconds.
I would think so. Hey, I was just looking at the sale results we mentioned yesterday. The Lexington yearling sale is going on, and they've got 2 days in so far. They'll just be starting the third day here in a little bit. But the number one sire, with a total of 42 horses sold so far, is the Great Walner, who has generated sales of $8,327,000. And if I heard correctly yesterday, which I'm pretty sure that I did at the end of the day, the average sale yesterday for a yearling at that sale was $190,000. And
wow.
That is both a gigantic number, and I think it's also a little bit of a scary number.
Yeah.
Because what it does is it if it costs that much, it just takes a lot of people out of play in the game. And, we're all looking for balance as much as possible. I mean, it's gotten to the point now where, the Duncans of the world and the they become exceptions, that they come from small barns and that they do really well and they make a lot of money. It's not the norm anymore. You look down, I was looking early this morning at the entries for Friday at the Red Mile for the Grand Circuit down there, and every single one of the trainers that's listed down there is one of the top.
The big
20,
guys.
The big
yep.
guys, yeah, just the big guys. So we got to keep an eye on that and find ways to keep a balance. And certainly in this state, we do a good job of it because we got a lot of fairs and a lot of people and a lot of involvement, and it's awesome. It's great here. Hey, the fourth race is what's coming up next. That's going to be 3-year-old colt and geldings, the first division of 3 this afternoon. Only one driver change to report when we get there.
Do have a scratch here in this fourth race. The number 5, Della Grande.
Della Grande
has been scratched.
I think that's Della Grande.
Della Grande.
If you don't mind adding a little,
flair.
Yeah, a little flair would be great.
There you go.
Yeah. I know you're consumed with what's going on in the races that are coming up this afternoon that we have not ready to talk about yet, but,
I'm waiting on the 4th.
Waiting on the 4th. Where are they?
They're still waiting for them all to come on out.
7 listed. I see the 6. I see the 1. I see the 3.
Still have a couple warming
4.
up out there. Looks like we've got 5 of this 6 out right now.
Perfect.
I know Bob the Bomber is out with Keith Cash Jr. He is up at the top of the stretch.
I see John Ryan Melsheimer over there. He's out.
There's Keith Cash Jr. up in the upper turn at the top of the stretch,
2, 3,
just turning.
4, 5, 6. They're all there. Line them up, boys.
Now they got to wait for the number 1 to come all the way down the stretch.
Is that Keith?
Yeah, Keith Cash Jr. driving the number 1, Bob the Bomber.
First time I called that horse, I called him Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder.
My kid's TV show from 23 years ago
Exactly.
got in my head somehow.
Yep.
Come on, Keith.
We're going to spin them around. We'll send it upstairs to Roger for the post parade of the 4th.
On the track and printing the post for the 4th race. Home Talent Colt Stake, 3-year-old colt and gelding trot, $4,094, first division. Number 1, Bob the Bomber, Keith Cash Jr. Number 2, So Vibrant with Logan Eversole. Number 3, Smoke It Steady, the driver Ty Loy. The 4, Arch Hill with John Ryan Melsheimer. The 5 is scratched. The 6, Commander Tom, David Young II driving. And the 7, Adventurable Pete, Drew Neal in the sulky. Horse will take 1 score and go to the gate.
Number 1 is Bob the Bomber, Keith Cash in the bite for the Cleggs. This is a long Tom gelding out of the full count mare Lay's Little Sis. 18 starts this year, 2 wins, 3 seconds, 3 thirds, a little over 16,000 in earnings and a mark of 205 and 4. Finished first and placed 5th after some shenanigans apparently at Dover last week. Previous to that, a break at the rail, a scratch, a break, and a second place finish. Now this one seems to be a little tough to establish some consistency, and we'll see what Keith Cash can do with him today.
The number 2 is So Vibrant. Logan Eversole drives for David Miller, who also owns this long Tom gelding out of Sam's Arsenal by Cadabra. 17 starts this year, 4 wins, 3 seconds, 3 thirds, lifetime 6 wins and 30 starts, earnings over $40,000. Has hit the board in 4 of the last 5. Included in that is a win at Caldwell, trotting in 2:03 and 1.
Number 3, Smoke It Steady. Ty Loy trains, drives, and owns along with Roger Morlock from Valley City. 19 starts this year, 5 wins, 5 seconds, and a third. 40,000 in earnings and a mark of 55 and 2. That time, those earnings and those 5 wins are the most of any of the horses that are in this field. 5 out of 5 in the top 5 in the last 6 starts, and doing pretty good. Ty Lloyd back on the bike for himself today.
The number 4 is Arch Hill. John Ryan Melsheimer drives and trains for the Melrose Stables. This is a What the Hill gelding out of the Lindy Lane mare Irresistible Lady. Did not race as a 2-year-old, lightly raced as a 3-year-old. Just 6 starts, a win, a second, and a third. Last time out at Dover, finished 4th, placed 3rd, placed 2nd.
Yeah.
So has hit the board in 3 of the last 4. That win came at McConnellsville in 2:03.
Number 5 is Scratch. Number 6, Commander Tom. David Young II takes the reins for Steve Carter. This is a 3-year-old long Tom gelding out of the Cantab Hall mare for the Love of Lindy. 15 out of 21 in the money this year. Earnings of $39,000, 201 at Wilmington on the slightly off track. Last 6 races had a break at the end of the race and finished 3rd, placed 2nd. Prior to that, for $20,000 up at Delaware during Jug Week, got a check for a 5th place finish, and before that, back-to-back wins, a 2nd and a 3rd. So always close. David Young back on the bike.
The number 7 is Adventureful Pete. Rosie Weaver trains. Drew Neal will get the drive. This Uncle Peter gelding has won 3 of 15 this year. Earnings over $15,000. 8 of 32 lifetime as we are set to roll here in the 4th. Let's send it up to Roger for the call.
Trotters are all in behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're off and trotting. That's Arch Hill going for the lead. Bob DeBomber on the inside as they battle into the first turn. Bob DeBomber is off stride as they race to the backside. Arch Hill helps to take the lead. Racing up on the outside as they race down the backside. Going to the first quarter mark. Back trotting is Bob DeBomber. Racing 3rd. It's so vibrant as they race over to the first quarter mark. Opening quarter in 30 1/5. Into the turn, racing 4th, Adventureful Pete. 5th is Commander Tom. Trailing the field, Smoke It Steady. Ty Loy can see them all as they race around the turn, going to the 3/8 mark. It's John Melsheimer showing the way with Arch Hill by a length and a half. Bob DeBomber is there 2nd, racing 3rd, So Vibrant. Trotting 4th, Adventureful Pete as they race over to the halfway point in 1:01 2. Into the turn, making up ground on the outside. Smoke It Steady, now 4th. Adventureful Pete is 5th. And trailing the field, Commander Tom. On to the backside in the 5/8 mark. It's Arch Hill with the lead. Bob DeBomber right there 2nd, tips to the outside. Racing 3rd, So Vibrant. On the move 3 wide down the backside comes Smoke It Steady at the 3/4 in 1:32 3. Into the final turn, Arch Hill the leader. Bob DeBomber is there 2nd. Continuing to close with each stride is Smoke It Steady. We're going to run out of racetrack. 1/8 of a mile to go in Ohio. On top of the field, it's Arch Hill now by 5. Bob DeBomber is there 2nd. Smoke It Steady closing on the outside. Coming to the wire, it's all Arch Hill. Bob DeBomber, Smoke It Steady.
Impressive by John Ryan Melsheimer and Arch Hill. Just the 7th start of the year, picks up the win, got to the lead and just opened up and wins easily.
You know, it's interesting if you look at the 6 lines on the program for this guy. The only line where it didn't break or get placed or have a bad post position was a rail trip out of the 1 hole, and he won. So here, no breaks, no accidents, no placing, no nothing, just a nice clean trip, and drew off and won probably by 6 or 7 lengths there. So nice job for John Ryan Melsheimer out of Hopewell, Ohio, owned by the Melrose Stable. Again, that's a What the Hill gelding out of the Lindy Lane mare, Irresistible Lady. And that is 2 wins and 7 starts, and boost earnings up over $8,000.
by number 1 Bob the Bomber and number 3 Smoke It Steady. Possible.
And we are going to have a little bit of a, sort of saw that coming. That break at the start for Keith Cash, there is a requirement that you have to lose a little distance when you go off stride. You can't maintain your position. I think the judges are going to be taking a look at that to see exactly what happened there. Oh, that gentleman holding the right edge of the blanket was in the kitchen back at the barn this morning.
Number 4, Arch Hill. Over the Melrose Stable of Hopewell, Ohio, John Ryan Melsheimer trains and drives. 3-year-old gelding, but what the hill at a irresistible lady. Gets the second win in 7 this season. Home winner in a lifetime best. 202, 1/5.
So we'll have to wait to get the official rundown here.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Looks like they have made decisions, so.
Oh. Okay.
No violation
There
is
you
what
go.
they just said. Let's go back up to Roger.
Judges have determined no violation of the breaking rule by either the 1 or the 3, as posted 4-1-3.
So that'll make it official then once they get the rundown here.
Really impressive. The What the Hills just keep coming, huh?
Here we
There
go.
we go.
Number 1, Bob the Bomber, 2. Number 2, So Vibrant, 6. The 3, Smoke It Steady, 3. The 4, Arch Hill, the winner. The 5 was scratched. The 6, Commander Tom, 4. The 7, Adventural Pete, 5. Top down, 2, 6, 3. 1 scratch, 4, 5 on the bottom. The quarter 30-1. The half 101-2. 3/4 132-3. The mile 202 1/5.
202-1. Final time for winner Arch Hill. Again, John Ryan Melsheimer trains and drove this What the Hill. It came the last half in just over a minute. And that was the first division with a purse of $4,094. 5th race is coming up next. That is the 3-year-old Colt and Gelding Pace 2nd division. There are 6 of them scheduled with just 1 driver change. We will we'll go through those entries with you and talk about some other things when we come back. You're watching Harness Racing Live with the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association's coverage of County Fair racing from Coshocton, Ohio, and we will be right back.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding farm. Cool Winds stands the popular dancing Yankee, a 2-time world champion, along with 2019 Jug winner Southwind Ozzy, the son of Some Beach Somewhere. Cool Winds also stands the royally bred $2 million earning Western Fame. Cool Winds Farm wants to thank all the bidders and buyers that supported the Ohio Selected Jug Sale.
Hi, I'm Jenna Hahn, and this year I'm teamed up with Yannick Gingras, Tony Alania, Burke Racing, and Weaver Buscemi as we represent SBH Health System of the Bronx. We need your help securing the win for this year's 2024 Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge as we look to tackle Team Dunn, Team Tetrick, and Team Miller. Scan the QR code on your screens now, scroll down, vote for Team Gingras, help us win this year's charity challenge. Never let my older sister win, and I'm not going to start now.
Hey, we're back in Coshocton. I'll straighten the mic out there a little bit. There's a lot of people up there.
A lot of people working the judges stand,
Good
the blankets
afternoon,
and everything.
Roger.
So
there's Roger Houston. You know, somebody that I listened to for 45 years before I finally met, and now I can't get rid of him.
Exactly. Fifth race here. The number 5 in this race, Hunkalicious. Story about Hunkalicious was on a roll. Had a 7-race win streak going into Delaware. And that was on Wednesday of Delaware week. And I had talked to Scott Hagemeyer, who is the owner of this horse, along with his daughter, Dr. Lindsay Hagemeyer. And on the way, Brian George's trains, on the way to Delaware, the trailer experienced a flat.
Oh, no.
And so the trailer was on the side of the road with the horses in it for an hour and a half as they waited to get another trailer.
God.
And just threw the horses off their game and everything. I talked to Brian out back.
Oh, what a shame.
The other horse that was on there did not race well in the Buckeye Stallion Series, didn't get points. Doesn't think he qualified for the finals because of that. Just needed to race well. Hunkalicious had a 4th place finish in that race. Just never really got rolling in that, and one of those things that happen. They're on their way to the races. They experience a breakdown with the trailer. Had to wait to get another trailer there to get the horses off. Horses are there. Semis rushing by and the trailer shaking. Just not a good day for Hunkalicious. So it'll be interesting to see how the horse bounces back today for the Hagemeyer, Scott, and Dr. Lindsay.
The horses usually enjoy the ride because they've got changing scenery
until
and
that
they're
happens.
looking out there. Yeah, until that happens, and then they can't go anywhere or do anything. Oh, what a shame.
We got 6 here in this race. John Ryan Melsheimer will try to go back to back.
Well, Hunk may be the one of the fastest horses that we have up here this week, so see how he does here against this field. Obviously, as Frank said, he's been a monster at the fairgrounds, so I know Delaware is fairgrounds, but it's a different level of fairgrounds.
Yep, we had somebody ask us to show the tote board. The problem is the tote board is not working today. As you can see there, they still have the odds that they haven't even posted from last race yet, so they're still experiencing difficulty with the tote board. So just that's why we're not showing it. Yesterday we couldn't show it because it was right behind the pole where we set up, and found out where it was. They had to move it from yesterday because of the trucks that they had in the infield. The truck show or whatever it was, so they had to move it, so it's in a different position today. The only problem is that it's not working. So we're ready. Let's go to Roger for the post parade.
Post Stakes 3-year-old Colton Gelding Pace, $4,187, trophy by Norman Farms. Number 1, Treetop Flyer, the driver Logan Eversole. Number 2, Cinder Lane Cruiser, Nick Clegg. Number 3, Nacho Dragon with Darren Harvey. Number 4, Rain Rock with Eamon Hirschberger. Number 5, Hunkalicious, Chris Presley. And number 6, Ferguson, John Melsheimer in the sulky. Horse will take 1 score and go to the gate. Mutual windows closing less than 3. Chris.
Let's take a look at the contenders here in this second division. 3-year-old Colton Gelding Pace from the rail out. Number 1, Treetop Flyer. Logan Ebersol has the reins today for Claire Umholtz. This is a Racing Hill gelding out of the Western Terror Mare Champagne Tonight. Umholtz Racing Stable and Kennedy Sports, their ownership. 23 starts this year, 13 out of 23 first, second, or third place finishes. A mark of 56-1 at Northfield, and $34,000 in earnings, pretty good. Last few races, 4 2-holes in a row to start those races. A second place finish, a third place, a second place, and a DNF after an early break. Should be tough here from the rail.
The number 2 is Cinder Lane Cruiser. Nick Clegg drives for his wife, Betty. This is a Yankee Cruiser gelding out of the If I Can Dream mare, Dream Like Me. 36 starts this year, 9 wins, 8 seconds, 4 thirds. Lifetime 18 wins in 61 starts. Has hit the board 2 of the last 3, included in that 3 back a win at Ashland in 159. Has a mark of 158-3 at Upper Sandusky.
Number 3, Nacho Dragon. Not Nacho Dragon.
Not your dragon, Nacho Dragon. I mean, your choice.
You can take the spelling and do it anything way you want. Darren Harvey, though, will be driving, that's for sure, for Wes Hirschberger. Eric Hirschberger and Karen Miller are the owners of this Fear the Dragon gelding. Out of the Rock and Roll Heaven mare, Nacho Mama Blue Chip. 16 starts this year, 4 wins, a second, 3 thirds, $21,000 in earnings, a mark of 56 and a piece at Northfield. Again, 8 out of 16. Out of the last 6 races, 2 wins, a second, a third, and 2 fifth-place finishes.
The number 4 is Rain Rock. Amon Hirschberger drives for Kurt Lepley, who also owns this well-said gelding out of Highland Rock Solid. 19 starts, 7 wins, 2 seconds, 4 thirds, earnings just under $42,000. Has hit the board in 5 of the last 6. 2 of those have been wins, or pardon me, 3 of those have been wins, including the last time out at Dover, won by 6 3/4 lengths and 57-4.
And number 5 is the previously discussed Hunkalicious out of the Brian George's Barn. Chris Presley has the reins today. This is a Western Terror gelding out of the Nob Hill High mare, Dr. Lindsay. Scott and Lindsay Hagemeyer from Clarksville share ownership. 17 starts this year, 14 out of 17 in the money, including 8 wins, which leads this field, a mark of 55-4 at Greenville, $27,000 in earnings. And number 6, Ferguson, John Ryer Melsheimer, looking for the back-to-backs. This is a Racing Hill gelding out of the Towner's Big Guy mare, One Wild Woman. The Melrose stable shares ownership. They won the last race as well. 10 starts this year, 4 wins, a second-place finish, a win by 4 lengths at Dover last Friday, and we are ready to go. Let's go up to Roger Houston for the call of this afternoon's 5th 3-year-old Colt Pacers.
Behind the Wupkenberg starting gate on the upper turn. Gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're off and pacing that Cinder Lane Cruiser, fast out of the gate. Rain Rock up on the outside second. Ferguson gets away third. Getting away fourth on the inside. Treetop Flyer to the backside. Nacho Dragon fifth. Treading the field, Hunkalicious. Down the backside, going to the first quarter mark. It's Nick Clegg and Cinder Lane Cruiser on top by a length and a half. Racing second, it's Rain Rock. Opening quarter in 29 flat. The end of the turn they go. Racing third, that's Treetop Flyer. Fourth is Ferguson. Now tips to the outside for John Melsheimer. Racing fifth, Nacho Dragon. Treading the field, Hunkalicious. Into the lane first time, coming to the halfway point. Cinder Lane Cruisers bringing them over to the halfway station. Rain Rock is there second. Third is Treetop Flyer. Halfway home, 58-1. As they race into the turn and go to the 5/8 mark. It's Cinder Lane Cruiser with the lead. On the move on the outside is Rain Rock second, racing third on the inside. Treetop Flyer. Outside it's Ferguson. Moving up on the outside, it's Hunkalicious, and trailing the field, Nacho Dragon. 3 in, 3 out as they go to the 3/4. We got a new leader. It is now Rain Rock. 3/4 in 129. Midway around the final turn, Rain Rock and Amon Hirschberger opening up now by 5 lengths and drawn away with each and every stride. Hunkalicious is second on the outside. We've got a lot of ground to make up. Racing on the inside, a Cinder Lane Cruiser on the outside. Ferguson coming home. It's all Rain Rock and Amon Hirschberger. Treetop Flyer second, home third, Ferguson.
that was Rainrock, who's been racing pretty good and did have the fastest time of these guys going into this race, fastest seasonal time in 1:52 and 4 at Scioto Downs. Amon did a good job there, sat patiently in the 2-hole until it was time to make a move, and did so prior to the 3/4 pole, and got himself a nice win for Kurt Lepley out of Mount Vernon, Ohio.
We talked about Hunkalicious made a big move up the back stretch. And coming around that final turn, though, went too wide around the turn, lost a lot of ground, and slipped back, and I think finished 5th, if I'm not mistaken.
4th, I think. 4th across the wire, yeah. But yeah, I mean, cost himself 3 positions there with that turn. And you might have been right at the half when you said he was maybe a little bit too far back at that point to be able to do anything. Got a 3rd over trip and had to go 3 wide. It was just maybe a little too much to try to conquer.
And here comes your winner. Back to the winner's circle, Rainrock with Amon Hirschberger.
Well said, Gelding. Rock and Roll Hanover. Homebred Kurt Lepley there in Mount Vernon.
There's the 5th race. Hometown of Colt Stakes, 3-year-old Colton Gelding Pace, 2nd division. Trophy by Norman Farms. Number 4, Rainrock. Owned and trained by Kurt Lepley of Mount Vernon, Ohio. Amon Hirschberger gets his 2nd win here at Coshocton, his 17th of the season in Buckeye State County Fairs. The 3-year-old Gelding, but well said, of Highland Rock Solid. Home a winner today in 1:58 2/5. Trophy in this race presented by Norman Farms. And for Rainrock, Amon Hirschberger, Kurt Lepley, 2 in a row in Ohio. Results are official. Number 1, Treetop Flyer, 2. The 2, Cinder Lane Cruiser, 5. The 3, Nacho Dragon, 6. The 4, Rainrock, the winner. The 5, Hunkalicious, 4. The 6, Ferguson, 3. Top down, 2, 5, 6. 1, 4, 3 on the bottom. The quarter, 29. The half, 58 and 1. 3/4, 129. The mile, 1:58 2/5.
Couple of miles under 2 minutes so far out of the first 5 races this afternoon here in Coshocton. The 6th race is coming up next. That is the 2nd division for 3-year-old Colt and Gelding Trotters. And there's some good ones in here, and we are going to go through them all with you as soon as we get back after these messages from our sponsors. Be right back.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Volstead, Coach K Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms. At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital, Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Hey, we're back in Coshocton. Good afternoon, all. Thank you to everybody who is joining us from everywhere this afternoon. This is my final gig for the year for OHHA. Always a pleasure to work the races with Frank and Susan and Trish and Ashley and Jeremy and Steve and Chris and Matt and everybody. It's really, it makes my summers, and happy to do it, and looking forward to 2025 already. I'm leaving here tomorrow afternoon to go down to Lexington, Kentucky for a few races, Grand Circuit races down there this weekend. There are 12 of them, purses of about $3 million. I've got a few friends from New Jersey that come out every year to Lexington, and we get reacquainted and sit in the clubhouse and outside down by the Tree of Knowledge and walk the barns and the paddocks and talk to everybody. And last weekend on Saturday was down there, and it was a pouring, Helene, rainy, nasty day, but the forecast for down there and for here in Ohio for the next few days is going to be perfect. So we'll look forward to that. Things are a lot greener. I think there's more green out there today than there was yesterday.
Tell you, my lawn didn't take long to come back and become green and become high, and got a job to do later today when I get back home is cut that grass.
Yeah, it's lush out there. It's beautiful. Second division, a 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trot coming up next. Mark St. Louis is in here. Let me take a look and see how many more starts Mark has to try to catch Ronnie. I see one. Oh, it's not looking good. It's not looking good, Frank.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. He's not many races left, not many drives for Mark St. Louis.
I think this is his last one for the day.
And if, unless he would decide to go and drive at Montgomery Fair races at Hollywood and at Lancaster.
Yeah. Yep, going to come up short. Hey, there's nothing wrong with winning 114 races. It's almost one every fair date for the whole season, so that's pretty good. Again, the sun is shining. It's another beautiful day over here, and I'm sure the horses, trainers, and drivers are all very happy that the conditions have improved the way they have. We talked about it yesterday afternoon. They really did do a phenomenal job here of scraping this track yesterday. I know it was an hour delay, but I don't think it caused too many inconveniences. Hello. For anybody, and it made the track a lot safer and a lot faster.
Yeah, it was just a little hour delay, and I'll tell you, when they started working on it, we were wondering how long that delay was going to be. But once they put that driver in charge of that grinder, he went off, and when he started grinding and everything, he did a great job getting that everything cut down. And in fact, I can show you how much dirt he did end up moving here. All that dirt along the rail, you can see right on the other side of the cones. That pile is about 8 inches tall and about 5 inches wide. And if you look farther down, it got bigger and bigger as he went. He went from the right to the left, and it was amazing to see.
And he went as
how much that he
went
did.
Just as fast in reverse as he did going forward too. It was a pretty impressive job. These guys they really did do an amazing job. Not just getting it ready for yesterday, but making it as fast as it is today. We had a little breeze overnight. We got some sun on the track this morning. We mentioned we got a couple of miles under 2 minutes, and it's a great day for. It's a great day for harness racing in Coshocton, Ohio.
That it is.
And
Race 6 of 11 as we get set. This will be the second division for 3-year-old Colt and Gelding Trotters, waiting for the rest of them to get on the line.
Look, Frank, the Clydesdales are out in the parking lot.
And I know they had to cancel some of their draft polls. Let's see if we can get a shot of those horses out there. There they are. And some sort of a hitch that they've got out there. There you go.
There we go.
And they had to cancel it a couple days ago because the weather was just so bad. Not sure if that's what they're doing today, the thing that they had canceled. But
that's always a cool sight.
A lot of horse things going on at the Coshocton Fair today.
Horses are lining up here.
Let's go to Roger.
Race, Home Talent Colt Stakes, 3-year-old Colt and Gelding Trot, $4,094, trophy by People's Bank. And these are the horses. Number 1, CS Door Prize, the driver Rosie Weaver. Number 2, Jurassic Justice with Michael Lowe. Number 3 is Rose Run Zoom with Drew Neal. Number 4, Mindful Amos, the driver Keith Cash Jr. Number 5, Dublin Rockin' Jerry, Mark St. Louis Jr. And number 6, You Don't Fool Me, Braden Rhodes in the sulky. Weaver on the 1, Cash on the 4, the 6, You Don't Fool Me, no trotting hobbles.
So there are your horses for the 6th race. We'll take a quick look at these before they go to the start. The number 1 is CS Door Prize. Manny Miller will get the drive for Rosie Weaver. This is a 3-year-old gelding by Enterprise out of the DeJombro Mare Open Door Policy. Gerald Hawks of Jetto, Michigan is the owner. 14 starts this year, 3 wins, 5 seconds, and a third. Earnings of over $40,000, has hit the board in 3 of the last 4.
Number two, Jurassic Justice, Michael Lowe, trains and drives, owned by Jerry Welch and Michael. This is a Volstead gelding out of Like a Prayer Mare, Vamp Hall. 15 starts this year, 13 out of 15 in the money, $32,000 in earnings, a mark of 58-2 at Scioto Downs. And in the last 6 races, 3 wins, 2 seconds, and a 4th place finish on the second tier at Caldwell. On a roll.
The number 3 is Rose Run Zoom. Drew Neal drives for the 2nd Rosie Weaver entry. This is an Uncle Peter out of the mare Loco Nation. Rosie, along with Heartland Acres and Cabby D, are the owners. Has hit the board in 6 straight. 3 of those were wins. Has a total of 4 wins and 16 starts this year. Lifetime 5 of 25 in the win department. Earnings over $133,000. 3 back, a winner at Upper Sandusky in 201 and 1.
I'm going to test your memory. What big race did Rose Run Zoom win last year to get to that $100,000? Uh-oh, he's grimacing.
I don't think it was the Next Generation.
Is that what it was?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think so.
I'm not sure which one it was. Number 4, Mindful Amos. Keith Cash takes the reins for Betty Clegg. This is an Enterprise gelding out of the Donato Hanover Change Your Mind mare. 30 starts, only 1 win, 2 seconds, 5 thirds, $18,000 in earnings, a mark of 202-1 at Northfield. 4th, 3rd, 4th in the last 6 starts. Just kind of a rail hugger, if you will, with a couple of breaks in there. So we'll see what Mindful Amos can pull off today.
Mark St. Louis Jr. has the lines for Dublin Rockin' Jerry, the number 5 here in the 6th race. Herman Hagerman is the trainer. Anthony Miller and Hagerman Racing are the co-owners. This is an Enterprise gelding out of the Cadabra Mare Magic Dancing. 11 wins in 28 starts this year, closing in on $50,000 in earnings. Has won the last 2, the last one at Dover, the race before that at Delaware.
And number 6, You Don't Fool Me, Braden Rhodes for his father, right? Is that his dad?
Yeah, that's his dad.
That is his dad. This is a long-time gelding, Donato Hanover mare Ariella, VIP Internet Stable. It's a fractional ownership group out of Piscataway, New Jersey, are the owners here. 23 starts this year, 1 win, 6 seconds, 5 thirds, $26,000 in earnings, a mark of 57 at Mount Vernon. Leading money winner out in this race is the 5 Dublin Rockin' Jerry. Horse with the most wins this year is the 5 horse again, Dublin Rockin' Jerry. And the fastest time out of the horses this year is the 2 Jurassic Justice. We are at the top of the stretch. Let's go to Roger for the call of the 6th. Here we go.
Come. They're off and trotting for the lead. Mindful Amos as into the turn. On the inside, it's Jurassic Justice. 3 wide on the outside. That is Dublin's Rockin' Jerry going right on to the top. Getting away 4th is Rose Run Zoom. Racing 5th, You Don't Fool Me. And trailing the field, CS Door Prize. The battle's on, and the judge, Mike Lowe, wins the early battle as he took him over to the first quarter mark in 30 3/5. Racing second, taking the seat. As they race around the turn, Dublin Rockin' Jerry racing third. Closing the gap, Mindful Amos racing fourth. Rose Run Zoom. Off stride, You Don't Fool Me. Moving up on the outside, CS Door Prize. Into the lane first time, coming to the halfway point. On top of the field, Jurassic Justice halfway home in 1:01. As they race around the turn, go onto the backside. It's Jurassic Justice by a length and a half. Racing second, Dublin Rockin' Jerry. Third on the outside, Mindful Amos racing fourth. Rose Run Zoom gonna get into it now. Racing fifth, CS Door Prize. Trailing the field, You Don't Fool Me. Down the backside, go on to the 3/4 mark. On top of the field, it's Jurassic Justice as they race over to the 3/4. 3/4 in 1:32 4. Midway around the final turn, Jurassic Justice the leader. Moving up on the outside now, second and battling for the lead, it's Rose Run Zoom. Third is Dublin Rockin' Jerry. Into the lane they come. Rose Run Zoom on the outside. Jurassic Justice on the inside. They battle head to head. Jurassic Justice, Rose Run Zoom on the outside. It's Jurassic Justice. Rose Run Zoom, Dublin Rockin' Jerry.
Jurassic Justice with Michael Lowe.
Here come the judge. Judge Mike Lowe picks up the win.
Rose Run Zoom made a really, really big move just before the 3/4 pole. He had been second over, trying to get cover for Mindful Amos, the 4, but Mindful couldn't gain on Jurassic, couldn't gain on the judge, so Drew Neal took Rose Run Zoom 3 wide as they hit the 3/4 pole back over there, and really gave a nice little run, and victory for Jurassic Justice was by no more than a head, I would say, but a clear head for the win.
Close at the finish line, but Mike Lowe gets the job done with Jurassic Justice.
He's a judge, huh?
Yes, he is, up for re-election.
Is that right? Down in McConnellsville, I see.
Trying to think what county that is down there. Morgan County. I think he's a judge in Morgan County.
Jurassic Justice got down the half from 1:01. He one move early to get to the top and just kind of coasted until then, but really good rating job because he had plenty left to keep Rose Run Zoom in second place there. I think Rose Run might have actually gotten ahead in front when they just hit the top of the last turn, and that's when Michael used what he had left on Jurassic Justice to hold off and get the win.
Winner of the 6th race, Home Talent Colt Stakes, 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trot, 2nd division. Trophy by People's Bank. Number 2, Jurassic Justice. Jerry Welsh of Waterford, Ohio, and Michael Lowe of McConnellsville, Ohio. Mike Lowe trains and drives. 3-year-old Gelding by Volstead out of Vamp Hall. Home a winner in 2:02 1/5. And for Jurassic Justice, 2 in a row in Ohio. Results are official. Number 1, CS Door Prize, 6. The 2, Jurassic Justice, the winner. The 3, Rose Run Zoom, 2. The 4, Mindful Amos, 5. The 5, Dublin Rockin' Jerry, 3. The 6, You Don't Fool Me, 4, top down, 6-1-2, 5-3, 4 on the bottom, the quarter 30-3, the half 101, 3/4 132.4, the mile 202 1/5. In the 7th.
Tell us about the 7th, Frank.
Well, it's going to be the Signature Series pace when we come back. Scratch down to 6 from 8. Going for a purse of $3,600. The points will be awarded for next year's Signature Series because the finals of this year's has already been raced, and we'll tell you more about it when we return to the Coshocton County Fair right after this.
Own a little and love it a lot. The Stable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. The Stable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at thestable.ca.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Money, and Bit of a Legend. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 66 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fairs, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for nearly $23 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
We are back, and the next race up here in Coshocton is Coshocton County Pacing Derby, and it is, as Frank mentioned, the Signature Series. And we do have 2 scratches here. Last Bet from the Stacy Curry barn, it's scratched, and Racing Blue from Miranda Shedron's clan is also out.
And because we've got 8, 7 and 8 will start from the second tier. Even with the scratch, they stay on the second tier, but the 5-horse Poster Pets will be able to move down 1 spot closer to the rail.
Which will be great. So 4 inside of him then, right?
3.
3 inside of him and then 2 behind. So he's only got 5 he has to get past. Poster Pets, is a reminder for those that haven't put this together yet, is owned by partially owned by our dear friend Frank and his partners here. And give a quick little recap about the history up until you turn them over to Bill. Give everybody kind of an idea of what the last couple of months have been like.
We got them about back in 22, I think it was, and had some success. Won a race, and then we were close a number of times in. 23 just could not get over the hump. We were close, and then we ended up selling part of them to Bill, and with that he took over the training duties, and things have turned around. It's been a fun run for myself and my co-owners. It's one of the things we've talked about it so often. Fractional partnerships. With the stable is one. There's Horseplay. There's so many of these organizations that are out there that you get a bunch of people together, and we were talking about the cost of some of these young horses.
Sure.
And that, but you get a bunch of people together, and you can have some fun, own a horse, and and that's what these fractional ownerships groups do. You get a couple of people, or more than a couple of people. I think we have 4 in our what we call very unstable,
right?
Because you have to be very unstable to own a horse, is what we tell people. So, but we have that, and then Bill. So there's five partners in this one, and that's what you get is, you know, you can with the stable.ca, you can jump in and own as little as 1%.
Sounded a lot like the commercial right there.
Take some of the the licensing out of it. If you own more than 5% of a horse, you have to be licensed in the state.
Right.
So if you own 1%, you don't have to worry about all the licensing, and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly. And I don't know if I mentioned this on the air here or if I did in Kentucky. I'm not sure, so forgive me if I have. But the late Dave Brower, who the industry lost a couple of years ago, I become good friends with his sister, Laura. And Laura wanted to keep the family's interest alive in standardbred racing, and she joined the Stable CA and is having the time of her life.
Yep.
They do a great job. Post parade for the 7th. Here they come. Let's take it up to Roger for the introductions.
1, Sirocco Misty Said with Emmanuel Miller. Number 2, Boozer, the driver, Nick Clegg. Number 3, Rockin' Requiem with Alex Hawk. Number 4 is scratched. The 5, Poster Pets with Braden Rhodes. Number 6 is scratched. The 7, Busy Being Bad, Mark Eicher. And number 8, This Jet's a Bookin', Darren Harvey in the sulky. Horse will take one score and go to the gate.
Pretty impressive group here. Let's start at the rail. Sirocco Misty Said, Emmanuel Miller for Deb Proshin. This is a well-said gelding out of the McCardle mare, Cold Mist. Kenneth Eds from Worcester is the owner. 22 starts this year. No wins, no seconds, 3 third-place finishes. A couple of races with some tough post positions in Northfield over the last couple of weeks. And got the rail here for the first time in a long time on the inside, and let's see what Manning Miller can do with this one.
The number 2 is Boozer. Nick Clegg drives for Betty Clegg. This is a Huntsville gelding, 4 years old, out of Whiskey A Go-Go by Well Said. 4 wins in 26 starts this year, 4 seconds, 5 thirds, earnings of over $37,000. Lifetime 15 wins, $122,000 in earnings. Won 2 of the last 3, 2 back in the free-for-all at Ashland 1, pacing in 2 minutes.
Circleville's own Alex Hawk has the reins for Stephen Harris on number 3, Rockin' Requiem. Gene Will in Fredericksburg is the owner of this Rockin' Amadeus mare out of the Badlands Hanover mare, No Picnic. 17 starts this year, 3 wins, 2 seconds, and a third. 20,400 plus in earnings, a mark of 55-1 at Northfield. Second last time out at Dover, won a race at Northfield for 6,800 with Ronnie Wren the week before that, and consistent at the fairs.
The number 4 is Poster Pets. Braden Rhodes drives for his father, Bill Rhodes, Varian Stables, and Bill Rhodes are the owners. This is a 5-year-old pet rock gelding out of the well-said mare Poster Girl K. Has hit the board in 5 of the last 6, was a winner 3 back in the Signature Series at Worcester. 4 wins in 23 starts this year. Lifetime almost at that $75,000 earning mark.
Number 6 is scratched. Number 7, Busy Being Bad. Mark Eicher owns and trains out of Zanesville. This is a Western Maverick 7-year-old mare out of the Sportsmaster mare. Too busy to be bad. 12 starts this year. No wins, no seconds, a third. Lifetime 58 starts and 13 times in the money with $23,000 in earnings.
And the number 8 is This Jet's a Bookin'. Darren Harvey drives for Tommy Vosick, who also owns this 12-year-old gelding by Jeremy's Jet out of the Stand Forever mare, still standing. First race in the Vosick barn, 18 starts this year, a win, 7 seconds, and 2 thirds. Lifetime, though, 273 starts, 43 wins, earnings $537,000 for This Jet's a Booking.
Wow.
The 7 and 8 will start from the second tier.
Whew. $537,000. Crazy.
So we get set to go here.
So now what do I do? Just aim that thing down at you, right?
Oh, nothing right now.
I know, but when, if and when.
If and when, I'll tell you.
All right, cool. Yeah, we'll have time.
You don't want to put the sulky in front of the horse.
No. Never, never. I've seen that at a racetrack once. It's ugly.
Tell you, with all the rain they've had here at the fairgrounds, parking a premium because of the wet grounds, and they've moved a lot of the cars today into the infield to park.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, they are slowly moving towards the starting car in the backstretch. Got a field of 6. 4 and the 6 are out. And I'll say it, I'm rooting for the 5 horse. You don't have to say it, I'll say it.
Okay, thank you.
Can't get jinxed that way.
They are starting to move. We'll send it up to Roger Houston for the call of the 7th.
Horse approaching the starting gate.
Okay, third time's the charm.
They're going to reform. Too many obstructions on the racetrack in that upper turn. So they'll reform and go to the gate once again.
So I think we've got a recall or obstructions.
Yeah, I thought I heard him say something about something on the track. Let's see.
Well, there's a look at
Hey, buddy.
Poster Pets
How you doing
as
there,
he goes
buddy?
by.
You're strapped up there pretty good, huh?
This will be Boozer coming here, Nick Clegg's horse, the number 2. And we'll have to wait and do it one more time. Yeah, I'm not sure what the obstruction was, but as they started to go around the turn, the one horse turned, and then a couple more did. So we will get them ready and do it again. We had a recall in our first race today.
Yep, we did. Didn't have anything yesterday.
Well, they will gather back up and we'll do it again from the rail out. Scirocco's Misty Said with Emmanuel Miller, Boozer and Nick Clegg, Rockin' Requiem, Alex Hawk, Poster Pets and Braden Rhodes, Second Tier, Busy Being Bad, Mark Eicher, and the number 8, This Jet's a Bookin', Darren Harvey.
There we go.
So we'll try it again. The Mike Wepkenberg starting gate gets rolling again.
Good luck, everybody.
And here we go.
Horse approaching the starting gate. Here they come. They're often pacing that Scirocco Misty Set on the inside. In between horses, Boozer, Poster Pets, 3 wide on the outside as they battle into that first turn. Getting away 4th as they race to the backside. It is Rockin' Requiem racing 5th. Busy Being Bad trailing the field down the backside. That's This Jet's a Bookin'. Field over to the first quarter mark. Opening quarter 28 and 3. As they race into the turn, go on to the 3/8 mark. It's Boozer and Nick Clegg on top. Poster Pets is right there second, racing third. Scirocco Misty Said. 4th on the outside, Rockin' Requiem racing 5th. It's Busy Being Bad. This Jet's a Bookin' trails the field to the outside. We got 4 in, 2 out as they race over to the halfway point. Halfway home in 58 flat. As they race around the turn, go on to the 5/8 mark. It's Boozer with the lead. Poster Pets is there second. Up on the outside with each and every stride comes Rockin' Requiem. Also moving to the outside, Scirocco Misty Said. Down the backside, go on to the 3/4 mark. On the outside, this jet's a booking as they race over to the three-quarter station. They're at the three-quarters in 1:29. Into the final turn. On top, it's Boozer with the lead. On the outside, Rockin' Requiem. Poster Pets, nowhere to go, third. 3 wide on the outside. Into the stretch they come. Rocco Misty said. 3 of them across the track. On top of the field and getting the lead and drawn away with each and every stride. Poster Pets.
All right, Michael's going to take over here.
I'm on Roger. I'm on me. Okay, I got you. And over here, just turn it. Am I getting supplemental pay for this? Congratulations. This is such a nice added little perk when the guy that you are partners with for this is actually headed out to the winner's circle to celebrate the victory with his family, friends, and partners. Coolest thing ever. I think it's probably Bill Rhodes coming up at the cart there. Bill's the trainer. He also has a piece of the horse. And they look like a pretty happy group there. Horse is coming back. Where is he? There's Poster. You know, seen him race like that before, an early first over pull. Normally you pull a horse at the quarter and race a whole race on the outside. You don't get there. Let's go to Roger.
County Pacing Derby Signature Series. Poster Pets on the Varian Stables of Dublin, Ohio, and Bill Rhodes of Garrettsville, Ohio. Bill Rhodes, the winning trainer. Raiden Rhodes in the sulky. The 5-year-old gelding by Pet Rock out of Poster Girl K gets the 5th win in 24 starts this season. Raiden Rhodes finding racing room in the final 1/8 of a mile, buried alive at the
That's
top
Braden
of the
Rhodes,
stretch.
that is the
Gets
son
through
of
to
the
get
trainer
win
Bill Rhodes,
in the
who
Coshocton County
has
Pacing
been
Derby.
driving Poster Pets to these successful run over the last couple of months. And here comes Frank. Welcome back. Congratulations.
Thank you. We're back, and with that, we will head to a break here for our after the 7th. So let's go to a break, and we'll be back.
The first Coshocton County Fair was held in October of 1851. Located in the east central part of the state, farmers had to adapt their techniques to the hills and valleys of the area. A local agricultural society was formed to revive and permanently establish agriculture as a primary industry. The early fairs were held in the town square, while livestock hitched in a nearby field and horses raced on Louisville Street. Harness racing continued to be a highlighted event for many years. As the fair grew in popularity, a permanent racetrack will be put into place. A fire destroyed the grandstand less than 3 months before the 1954 Coshocton County Fair. Many had lost hope of holding races that year, but in only a few weeks' time, a new grandstand was erected, and the races went on. Perseverance was a theme for Coshocton. In 1979, heavy rain canceled many events, but after countless hours of track conditioning, 19 heats would go to the starting gate. Today, the Coshocton County Fair is a member of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. They host 2 afternoons of live-action harness racing.
History, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
Congrats to the Varian Stables LLC of Dublin, Ohio. Our friend here, Frank Frost, and his partners, trainer Bill Rhodes, on the 5th win of this season for Poster Pets. Congrats, sir.
Thank you. The nice thing is now he's got a race coming up in the Graduate Series. The Home Talent Colt Stakes is doing a race up at Northfield later this month for all horses that raced in the Signature Series, the Free-for-Alls, in the Home Talent Colt Series. You gather points in those races, and they're going to have a special race up at Northfield.
Perfect.
So not sure when that's going to be yet, but nice. One of the nice touches that the Home Talent Colt Stakes does, in conjunction with the Signature Series, which Signature Series we race it. I think it's 33 races across Ohio, and it concludes with the championships for the pace and the trot at 36 participating fairs at Delaware, and so the points for Coshocton and Lancaster start next year. So
got it.
So these points, the points that the horses earned today, will go towards next year's already.
So we can make a cautious assumption that as of right now, Poster Pets is leading the points.
No, he is. There's no assumption. He is.
He is winning. That's great.
Yeah, but so that's good, and
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Nice feeling. It's funny. And the one thing I would tell people, if you have a chance to get yourself a piece of a horse, it doesn't matter how big of a piece of a horse. Susan Schroeder tells the story of she was at, I'm not sure where she was, but there was somebody who owned a fourth of, not even a fourth, a tenth of a horse, and the gentleman was standing up in the upper part of the grandstand, and the horse won, and he just stood up and screaming, "That's my horse!" And he only owned a little bit. But you know what? And that's what's great with the fractional ownership, and you can see it like at Delaware when one of the stable.ca horses, when everybody rushes down.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's one of those.
I think there was a Derby winner that had hundreds of owners, right?
Mage. A couple years, 2 years ago. In fact, I'm trying to think.
I don't remember the name of that group.
I'm not sure what the name of the group was.
But that was great to see a winter circle with literally hundreds of people celebrating the victory. No, it was awesome.
Yeah, Rick Gleason, who's one of our charters in Ohio, he
part of that.
He was part of the Mage group,
right?
And then he was part of the group that also won. I don't remember the horse, and I think it was the Belmont.
Oh wow!
Won a part of with the Derby, and then won with the Belmont.
Phenomenal. It doesn't get better than that.
So yeah, Rick's trying he just got to get a Preakness winner to have the personal Triple Crown, which not many people can say that.
I had a nice little run for a year. We had a fractional ownership that was done by one of the big guys, by Diamond Creek, out of Kentucky, a couple of years ago. Program only lasted a year, but we did get to the winner's circle. And one of the things about it also is that once you get a piece of it, you can reach out to the people and where the horse is. You can visit them on the farm. Everybody's always happy to meet with you, to talk to you about it. You share the ownership with people you've never met before, and then when you meet them, you've got an immediate bond. It's really a great thing.
And that's been one of the good things with my group is our three trainers that we've had for Poster Pets, Jimmy Lupton, Kim Daly, and now Bill Rhodes. All of them just opened up their barns to bringing people out to meet the horse, to meet them, find out a little bit more about the industry, and you tell people all about it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's great. It's great.
So we're getting ready for the eighth
race
here.
Yep, we have a second and final division of our 2-year-old colt and gelding trot with a purse of $6,400. And some good ones in here as well. Trotters with marks under 2 minutes and a lot of wins. Rosie's got a scratch with one of them. Let's see who's out here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think we're waiting on one more, I think Roger said.
Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. Didn't warm up like I was hoping it would today, but it's still a beautiful day.
It's still a beautiful day.
Yep, it is.
It's fall. The breeze is blowing. A couple of horses still out there warming up, getting ready for our later races. We have 11 on the card today.
So 4 left. There we go. Want to see where we are. Who's with us and from where? I haven't looked at that in a little bit. Let me see. Yep. My Racehorse. That's one of the fractional groups. Thank you. Well, lots of congratulations from your friends, Frank. Beautiful. For your victory. It's great.
Thank you, everybody. It's been fun. It's one of the nice parts about being in this industry.
Oh, boy. I don't know how you're going to respond to this one. You ready?
Yeah.
You only get to have one. This is one of your buddies. A Bill Super Bowl or a jug winner? That's not fair.
That's not fair.
That's not fair.
I'll answer that after this.
Starting trot for $6,460. Trophy by Coshocton Lumber. These are the horses. Number 1, Jet Wings. The driver, Keith Cash Jr. Number 2 is Dublin's Date Night with Cody Greeno. Number 3, Pink Panther. The driver, Nick Clegg. Number 4, Sod Buster with Alex Hawk. The 5 is scratched. And the 6, Splurge on Uncle, Emmanuel Miller in the sulky. Horse to take 1.
Okay, let's take a look at the entries here for this afternoon's 8th. Again, 2-year-old Colton Gelding, the second division of 2, purse at $6,460. Trotters beginning at the rail. Jet Wings, Keith Cash Jr. is in the bike for Virgil Morgan Jr., owned by Joyce McClellan. The McClellans are big owners in our sport. Previously held one of the former Dan Patch Horse of the Years. This one's in their stable, a horse by the name of Pinkman that was trained by Jimmy Tactor years ago. This is a What the Hill gelding out of the Lear Jetta mare, Shalom Shlama. 12 starts this year, 11 out of 12 in the money, $27,000 in earnings, and a mark on their home track of 205. The last 6 races, 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and 2 thirds.
The number 2 is Cody Greeno, drives Dublin's Date Night. Ed Greeno Jr. is the trainer. E.G. Todd of Findlay, Ohio is the owner. This is an enterprise out of the Cantab Hall mare. My Place Anytime, 14 starts, a win, 4 seconds, 3 thirds, $13,229 in earnings, was second last time out at Dover. 2 back at Delaware, finished 4th, placed 3rd.
Number 3, the Pink Panther, Nick Clegg for Betty Clegg. This is a Marseille gelding out of the Donato Hanover mare, Call Me Pinkalicious. This is a good one, 15 out of 23 in the money, $41,700 plus in earnings, a mark of 59 at Scioto. A couple of tough starts, last 3 times out, 2 breaks, 1 out of the 2-hole, 1 in Delaware out of the 6-hole, and then before that, second tier out of the 8-hole at Ashland. So some tough things going on there. Before that, a third, a first, and a second. So let's see whether or not the Cleggs have Pink Panther back on track.
The number 4 is Sod Buster. Alex Hawk drives for J.H. Miller. Jacob Miller, who also owns this Volstead colt out of the Dewey Cheatham and Howe mare. Searise Hall has hit the board in 8 of 10. Has 2 wins, 2 seconds, and 4 thirds. Was a winner 2 back at Old Washington in 204 and 3.
Number 5 is scratched. Number 6, Splurge on Uncle. Herman Hagerman is the trainer. Manny Miller is in the bike. This is an Uncle Peter gelding out of the Cadabra mare, Splurge on Me. Anthony Miller and Hagerman Racing share ownership. 9 starts this year, 1 first, 1 third place finish, $8,500 in earnings. qualifying win at Scioto Downs established his mark for the year, 2 minutes and 4/5. The horses are in the final turn and approaching the starting gate. This is the 8th race in Coshocton. We're going to send it up to Roger Houston for the call.
They're off and trotting. That's Jet Wings going for the lead. Up on the outside, it's Sod Buster as they race into the turn. Dublin's Date Night gets away third. Splurge on Uncle is fourth, and trailing the field, Pink Panther following the break at the start. On to the backside and the first quarter, it's Jet Wings showing the way. Up on the outside, Sod Buster second, Dublin's Date Night racing third. Splurge on Uncle is there fourth at the first quarter in 32 flat. Into the turn, Pink Panther trails the field. On the move, here comes Splurge on Uncle and Emmanuel Miller, now second. Up to challenge the leader, Jet Wings and Keith Cash Jr. at the 3/8 mark. Racing third, it's Sod Buster. Fourth is Dublin's Date Night. Pink Panthers caught the field, but trails fifth. Coming to the halfway point, it's Jet Wings on top of the field at the halfway point. Halfway home in 102 3/5. On the outside, Splurge on Uncle is there second, goes off stride. Sod Buster is now second into the turn. Dublin's Date Night racing third. Pink Panther fourth, trailing the field off stride. Splurge on Uncle. Down the backside, go on to the 3/4 mark. The leader is Jet Wings by a length and a half. Right there, second is Sod Buster at the 3/4 mark. 3/4 in 134. Into the final turn. The leader, Jet Wings. Sod Buster is second. Pink Panther is now third, racing fourth. Dublin's Date Night, and further back, Emmanuel Surge on Luck. We're in the 8th mile to go. The leader is Jet Wings, now by 3.5. Sod Buster is there second. Pink Panther third. Through the stretch, Keith Cash looked over the shoulder. There was nobody there. Home second was Sod Buster. Pink Panther third.
1-4-3-2-6 across the wire. Keith Cass Jr. with Jet Wings from Virgil Morgan's barn. Winter Circle, right? It's the name of it, Virgil's place?
Yep, Winter Circle Training Center down in Obetz.
Had a chance to go out there and visit with Twin B Joe Fresh when he was here for the Scioto race. So what a beautiful facility that is. Wow.
Very nice.
Yeah, really, really nice. I can see why the ship-ins don't mind at all having a place like that to stay when they come into Scioto, as more and more horses are doing for the big races over the last couple of years. It's quite refreshing. So that was Jet Wings, got across the wire first. Alex Hawk with Sodbuster was second. Pink Panther with Dick Clegg was third. Dublin's Date Night was fourth. And Splurge on Uncle was fifth. That is all unofficial, of course. Keith Cash on his way back to the winner's circle. Don't see any of the McClellan clan down there. I met Mr. McClellan right after Pinkman retired in the parking lot at the Little Brown Jug back in the barns. It was the only Cadillac in the parking lot. I had to talk to him.
Number 1, Jet Wings. Home by Joyce McClellan of Zanesville, Ohio. Virgil Morgan Jr. trains. Keith Cash Jr. in the sulky, his 14th of the season. Jet Wings, 2-year-old gelding, but What the Hill out of Skim Shilama, Mama. Home a winner in 2:04 3/5. This is the fastest division, so the trophy blanket goes to Jet Wings, Virgil Morgan Jr., Keith Cash Jr. They received the blanket for the fastest of the two divisions. You can give them the blanket. They get the blanket.
Get the rest of the rundown here in just a second.
Yeah.
There goes your winner, the number 1 Jet Wings.
It's an $85,000 purchase. The Ohio Select sale is a yearling. A little work to do to get that money back. But not bad. I mean, 12 out of 13.
Wings, the winner. Number 2, Dublin's Date Night, 4. The 3, Pink Panther, 3. The 4, Sod Buster, 2. The 5 was scratched. The 6, Splurge on Uncle, 5. Top down, 1, 4, 3. 2 scratch, 5 on the bottom. The quarter, 32. The half, 102.3. 3/4, 134. The mile, 204 3/5.
Okay, that was the 8th. Congrats again to Virgil, his team. Keith Cash Jr. with a great drive, the 1 wire to wire. When we come back, got 3 more for you today. 9th race is the 2nd division of 2 2-year-old Colt and Gelding Pacers. And we'll be back with those shortly. You are watching Harness Racing. Yes, you are, live from Coshocton, Ohio, on the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association Facebook and YouTube pages, and we thank you for being with us. We'll be back shortly.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC oil. It makes a world of difference.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Three out, 5 to go. 3 out, 5 to go. 4 out, 4 to go. Six out, 2 to go. 6 out, 2 to go. You're all out. You're all out. Get them together, line them up, parade in order. You're all out. Parade in order behind Mr. Clegg. These are the horses for the 9th race, Home Talent Colt Stakes, 2-year-old Colt and Gelding Pace, $6,400, trophy by Abbey Stables. Number 1, Pure Dragon, the driver Nick Clegg. The 2, Center Story with Keith Cash Jr. Number 3, Bernie B. Bad, Logan Ebersole. Number 4, Cool Augustus with Tyler Angus. Number 5, Red Hot Ember, the driver Lanny Merriman. Number 6, Gene Said with David Young II. Number 7, Shuffles Cool Legacy with John G. Wingard. And number 8, Arrow John, Drew Neal in the sulky. For
8 in this race. Let's take a quick look at them before they head to the starting gate.
From the rail out, number 1 is Pure Dragon out of the Clegg barn. This is a Fear the Dragon gelding by the Always a Virgin mare Pure Maid. 17 starts this year, a win, 3 seconds and a third. About $9,400 in earnings and a mark of 204 at Circleville. Had a break last time out in Dover. 5th place finish in Delaware, a break prior to that. Got the rail and probably in a better class where got a chance here.
The number 2 is Center Story. Keith Cash Jr. drives for Betty Clegg. This is a well-said gelding out of the Art Major Mare Art Center. 6 wins in 24 starts this year. Has hit the board in 21 of those 24. Was a winner last time out at Dover by a length and a half, pacing in 59-4. That's where it took its mark.
Number 3, Bernie B. Bad, Logan Ebersole for David Swaney, who trains and owns out of Mercer, PA. This is a black 2-year-old Yankee Cruiser Colt out of the Big Bad John mare, Millie Be Gone. Has 7 starts this year and just 1 second place finish so far. Had a scratch last week due to transportation issues, a 6th at Worcester, a 2nd at Woodstock, some broken equipment. Just really getting started. This is a homebred and got some learning still to do.
The number 4 is Cool Augustus. Tyler Angus drives for Amy Wingard, who co-owns with Herbert Nicholson. This is a Mr. Cooley colt out of the Survivor Gold mare Twinkie. 10 starts this year, 2 third-place finishes, earnings of $3,396. Last time out was at Dover, finished 4th.
Number 5, Red Hot Ember, Lanny Merriman in the bike for Linda Main. Richard Johnson from the Villages in Florida is the owner of this 2-year-old Catch the Fire colt out of the Rockin' Amadeus mare, Rockin' Cali. 10 starts this year, no wins, 2 seconds, and 3 third-place finishes.
The number 6 is Gene Said. David Young, the second, drives for Steve Carter. Randy Young Stables is the owner. They are also the breeders. 12 starts, no wins, 3 seconds, 7 thirds. So has hit the board in 10 out of 12, but just can't find the winner's circle. Last time out, 4th at Dover.
Number 7, Shuffles Cool Legacy. John Wengard is the trainer. The driver, Lily Finn from Worcester, is the owner. This is a 2-year-old gelding out of Mr. Cooley by the Spectacular Deal mare, Shuffle and Deal'em. 9 starts, nothing in the money. And number 8 is Arrow John, Drew Neal on the bike for Daniel Hale out of Utica. And this is a Catch the Fire colt with 5 starts, a second and a third. Let's go to Roger for the call this afternoon's 9th race.
They're off and pacing that Center Story, going for the lead. Pure Dragon gets away second. Up on the outside, Red Hot Ember is third. Into the turn, racing fourth. As they race over to the first gate, it's Shuffle School Legacy. On to the backside they go. Bernie B. Bad took a seat fifth, racing sixth. Cool Augustus down the backside they go. Go on to the first quarter mark and trailing the field, Gene Said. The field by the opening quarter in 32-2. Into the turn, go on to the 3/8 mark. On top of the field, it's Center Story. The long mile on the outside, Red Hot Ember racing third. That's Pure Dragon racing fourth. Closing the gap, that is Shuffle School Legacy. Into the stretch they come to the halfway point. Moving up on the outside, it's Tyler Angus with Cool Augustus. Racing now on the outside. Coming to the halfway point. They're halfway home in 1:03 as they race around the turn. Go on to the backside. The leader remains Center Story. Racing to the backside and the 5/8. Trapped in now is Pure Dragon. On the outside, go on the long mile. So they race down the backside. Joining the chase comes Cool Augustus. Racing up on the outside from way back is Drew Neal with Arrow John at the 3/4 in 1:34-1. Around the final turn, the pedals to the metal for Keith Cash Jr. and Center Story, leading the way now by 2.5 with an 1/8 of a mile to go in Ohio. Closing on the outside with every stride is Arrow John. Into the stretch they come. It's Center Story with the lead. Arrow John on the outside. Center Story inside to the wire. Center Story.
Center Story, wire to wire with Keith Cash for the Clegg Barn. 7th win of the year and 25 starts. Made it look pretty easy. Was interesting that the horses that finished 3rd and 4th were 7th and 8th all the way until the 3/4 pole. And then Arrow John had been sitting out there 3rd over at about the 5/8, made his move 3 wide, and Gene Said the 6th followed. Now the one horse, Nick Clegg on Pure Dragon, pretty much just sat on the rail while all the action was going on the far outside right of him. So he ended up getting the check for 2nd place, headed as Center Story, Pure Dragon, Arrow John, and Gene Said 2-1-8-6 across the wire. This afternoon's 9th. I will give credit to the golf cart driver coming from the barns today. He's getting the folks out here really quickly.
Picked up Betty Clegg that time.
Yep. Yep. Didn't make Betty walk that time. The Cleggs had both the 1 and the 2 horse in that race. I didn't know whether or not I would look at that as a vote of confidence that Betty put Keith up on the better horse, or I hate to think of
one of these days I'm going to have to ask them what decision goes into who drives which horse.
Yeah, that'd be a great question. That would be a great question.
And here comes your winner back around.
Center Story 2-year-old gelding by Well Said out of the great Art Major. And his mare, Art Center. Horse is now 22 out of 25 in the money. And with $3,200 earned in that start, but earnings just under $36,000 year to date.
Home Talent Colt Stake, 2-year-old Colton Gelding Pace, second division. Number 2, Center Story, owned and trained by Betty Clegg of Northfield, Ohio. Keith Cash Jr. gets his second win of the day, number 15 this year at the fairs. Betty Clegg, once again, will be the training champion in the state of Ohio at the county fairs. I believe this is number 78. Could be wrong on that, but she's got a commanding lead with only 2 fairs remaining, Montgomery and Fairfield. Results are official. Number 1, Pure Dragon 2. The 2, Center Story, the winner. The 3, Bernie B. Bad, 6. The 4, Cool Augustus, 7. The 5, Red Hot Ember, 5. The 6, Gene Said, 4. The 7, Shuffles Cool Legacy, 8. The 8, Arrow John, 3. Top down, 216. 4 set. Correction again. Top down, 216. 75483 on the bottom.
So there's your rundown for the 9th here, 2 to go, and that'll wrap up the racing from the Coshocton County Fair. We will be back to the Coshocton County Fair right after this.
Mark your calendar for the new and exciting North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. Tuesday, December 17th at the Mount Hope Event Center in Mount Hope, Ohio. Broodmares, broodmare prospects, racehorses, and stallion shares. Pedigrees announced by Ed Teefee and Gabe Pruitt. Online bidding, clean, heated facility. The North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. A live auction to see quality horses with industry-leading pedigrees. Tuesday, December 17th in Mount Hope, Ohio. Entries are now open.
Own a little and love it a lot. The Stable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. The Stable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at thestable.ca.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Money, and Bit of a Legend. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
Welcome back to the Coshocton County Fair in Coshocton, Ohio, as we get set for our penultimate race of the day, the 10th. As this will be a 2-year-old, correct that, 3-year-old Colton Gelding trot, going for $4,094. This is the 3rd division of 3. It's been a beautiful day here at Coshocton. Blue skies, sun has been in and out, dancing through the clouds, trying to make its way out right now, drying the infield out a little bit. The track in great condition. They scraped it yesterday after we were delayed for about an hour and had everything ready to roll, and today got here and we were on time and has had a great day of racing so far. We're going to have 6 in this next race, our 10th of the day. Our schedule looks like this. Make sure you join us on Saturday from Hollywood Dayton Raceway as we have coverage of the Buckeye Stallion Series finals. First race post time is 4 o'clock. So we will have coverage of those 8 finals on Saturday. Then Sunday morning, we're right back at the Hollywood-Dayton Raceway for the Montgomery County Fair races. Now, they will start those at 1 o'clock is the first race post time, but if there are more than 14 races on the card, they will race the 15th, 16th, 17th, or however many they have, beginning at 11 o'clock. So a little confusing, so make sure you check our Facebook page to get the accurate post time for our coverage of the Montgomery County Fair races at Hollywood-Dayton Raceway. Then next week, we've got a couple of things coming up next week. We'll kick off the week with the Buckeye Classic sale that'll take place over in Springfield. That will be on Tuesday, October 8th. And then our final fair of the year, it'll be the Fairfield County Fair at Lancaster. Wednesday, post time will be 1 o'clock. And then Thursday, we'll wrap up our fair coverage at 1:30 with post time. Then on Saturday of that week, we will be up at MGM Northfield Park for the Sayers Stakes Super Night from MGM Northfield Park, as we will have the 8 Scarlet Championships going for either $300,000 or $400,000, depending on if they have a great championship. That will be our Saturday night, and then the following Saturday after that, we will be back at MGM Northfield Park, and we will be there for the Ohio Fair Championships. So all these horses that have been racing at the fair that you have been watching all year long have been gathering points, and then they will head up to Northfield. The top 8 will be entered in the finals, and then they will also have consolations on the following Sunday. And those finals for the Ohio Fair Championships, those are going to go for $50,000 per division. The Buckeye Stallion Series, the finals, will go for $75,000. And as I said, the Ohio Sire Stakes, those championships are, the Scarlet will be $400,000 if there is no gray. If there's a gray, it will be a $300,000 championship. So that's what our schedule looks like is for the month of October, because October is for champions in the state of Ohio. As horses are coming out onto the track for our 10th race. Looks like we've got 4 of the 6 are out there right now. Make that 5 of the 6. One more has just come out. And it looks like Roger will now start getting them ready in the first turn for the post parade today.
Third and final division of the 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trot. A great day.
Good crowd on hand still.
Yep.
A lot of people down in the sunshine. You can see them sitting down there along the rail, enjoying the sunshine and great weather today.
And for the next 4 or 5 days, you know, I didn't get the last thing I saw. I didn't see any news last night. Intentionally did not turn the TV on last night. But the last I looked, it was going to be beautiful for forever. Look at that, all the way through next Friday. Absolutely gorgeous.
Gotta like that. So here we go. Let's go to Roger for the post parade.
Hometown at Colt Stake 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trot, $4,094, trophy by People's Bank. Number 1, Longing for Cash with Cody Garino. Number 2, Super James, the driver Darren Harvey. The 3, MJ's Valiant Tom with Ammon Hirschberger. The 4, Flaming Sword with Alex Hawk. The 5, Race Day with Emmanuel Miller. And the 6, Smooth Talkin', Drew Neal in the sulky. Horse will take 1 score and go to the gate.
Okay, let's take a little bit of a detailed look at our entries here for this afternoon's 10th. From the rail out, number 1, Longing for Cash. Cody Greeno is in the bike for Ed Greeno Jr. Ed is E.G. Trot LLC out of Findlay, and the Broken Brokers from Findlay share the ownership of this long tom gelding out of the Groton Hall mare. KY Kentucky Cash, 12 starts this year, 3 third-place finishes, $3,900 in earnings. Pretty inconsistent, had some break challenges as well, so we'll see what happens today with Cody.
The number 2 is Super James. Darren Harvey is in the bike for West Hirschberger. This is a Volstead out of the Neely Dunn mare. Super Lily has won 4 straight. Was a winner at Dover back on the 21st. 21 starts, 8 wins, 5 seconds, 3/3 for Super James.
Number 3, MJ's Valiant Tom. Amon Hirschberger for Levi Hirschberger, owners of Downtown Stable of North Lawrence, Ohio. This is a long tom gelding out of the striking Sabra mare, Tabita. 10 starts this year with a win, $8,300 in earnings and a mark of 207 in Canton. Had a 4th in a dead heat at Northfield last week, 4th the week before that after a middle half and a minute parked on the outside and a break, but back down at the fairs, a 4th place finish at Canfield and a win at Canton back on August 29th.
The number 4 is Flaming Sword. Alex Hawk drives for Russell Early. This is an Enterprise gelding out of the Cantab Hall mare, LD's Bella. Daniel Miller of Delhi, Iowa is the owner. 18 starts, a win, 5 seconds, 4/3. Had only 8 races as a 2-year-old, finishing 3rd one time. Has hit the board in 5 of the last 6. The 1 win for Flaming Sword came at Xenia.
Number 5 is Race Day. Emmanuel Miller out of Delaware, Ohio is the driver for Rosie Weaver out of Beach City, Ohio. This is a creatine black gelding out of the credit winner mare, Love You Like I Love Your Song. 19 starts this year, 15 times first, second, or third. Earnings of just under $33,000 and a mark of 201 and 2 at Carrollton. And the 6 horse is Smooth Talkin'. Drew Neal, also for Rosie Weaver, the Heartland Acres, Cabby D LLC of Hudson. This is a What the Hill gelding out of the Conway Hall mare. Time to Talk with 18 starts this year and 15 out of 18 first, second, or third place finishes. $58,000 in earnings and a mark of 57 and 3. Let's take it upstairs to Roger for the call of the 3rd division of the 3-year-old colt and gelding trots.
Here they come. They're off and trotting. That's MJ's Valiant Tom for the lead. On the inside, Super James as they race into the turn. Up on the outside, Race Day is now 3rd. Taking a seat, Flaming Sword 4th. Around the turn 5th, it's Smooth Talkin'. Treading the field, Longing for Cash. Down the backside they go. On the outside, MJ's Valiant Tom sticks ahead in front. But on the inside, it's Darren Harvey. Coming back with Super James, opening quarter in 30 3/5. Into the turn, go on to the 3/8 mark. It's Flaming Sword racing 4th. Here comes Smooth Talkin' and Drew Neal up on the outside. Racing 5th, that's Race Day, and further back is Longing for Cash. Into the lane first time, coming to the halfway point. On top of the field, it's Super James showing the way. Long Mile for MJ's Valiant Tom 2nd at the halfway point in 1:02 and 1. Into the turn they go. Flaming Sword racing 3rd. Up on the outside, Smooth Talkin'. On the inside, Race Day 5th. Treading the field, Longing for Cash. On to the backside and the 3/4 station. Super James continues to show the way. MJ's Valiant Tom on the outside 2nd. 3 wide. Here comes Smooth Talkin' and Drew Neal. Now 3rd, now 2nd and after the leader. Shooting up the inside. Flaming Sword at the 3/4 mark. As they race around the final turn, it's Super James with the lead. On the outside, Smooth Talkin' is 2nd. Flaming Sword trots 3rd. third. Racing fourth, MJ's Valiant Tom. Eighth of a mile to go in Ohio. It's Super James with the lead. On the outside, Smooth Talking. Inside, Flaming Sword. To the wire, it's all Super James.
Two, 4, 6, 3, 5, 1 across the wire. Didn't take long for Super James and Darren Harvey to get to the front at the half. And MJ's Valiant Tom was pretty much out there the whole race. But at the end, Super James with Darren Harvey, the winner. Flaming Sword, Alex Hawk took a rail trip to get a second place check. Smooth Talking with Drew Neal. He pulled and he was second over at the half. He was in second place at the three-quarter pole and still on the outside and was able to hold on for third. MJ's Valiant Tom, Almond Hirschberger with fourth. Race day fifth, and Longing for Cash, a distant sixth place finish. I had it as 2, 4, 6, 3, 5, 1. Congrats to the Hirschbergers. Darren Harvey for a nice steer. That is now 17 out of 22 in the money and will boost earnings to just under, a hair under $45,000 for this Volstead 3-year-old gelding trotter.
There's two people heading down to the winner's circle right now. The woman in the shot in the vest, and I think that's her husband, will be coming into the shot here in a minute. They were sitting 2 rows in front of us, and when that horse came across the finish line, she was clapping like crazy.
Oh, that's awesome. Love it. That's great.
We're waiting for our winner to make his way back around to the winner's circle. Here comes Darren Harvey.
Darren.
And we'll send it up to Roger in just a second for the rundown.
Whoa, easy now, baby. Easy, easy, easy.
In the winner's circle, the winner of the 10th race, Home Talent Colt Stakes 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trot. Number 2, Super James. Owned by John's Racing Stable and Wes Hirschberger. Wes Hirschberger, the winning trainer. Darren Harvey's second win this afternoon, third of the week here at Coshocton County. Number 30 on the year at the county fairs. 3-year-old Gelding by Volstead, a Super Lily, home a winner in 2:03. The trophy winners are the winners of the first and second division of the trot. Winners of the first and second division each will receive a blanket for their identical times of 2:02 1/5. Top down.
That was our summary of the 10th. When we come back for our 11th and final race of the day, it will be the third division of the 3-year-old Colt and Gelding Pace, a field of 5. Thank you sincerely for spending your afternoon with us here in Coshocton. We're going to take one last break to hear from our sponsors, and we'll be back shortly.
I think we're waiting on Roger, though, to give the final results here.
Sorry, I would never want to rush him. He'd get mad at me.
I thought he was finished, but I think they're still waiting on something up there. Yep, here he comes.
Results are official. Number 1, Longing for Cash, 6. The 2, Super James, the winner. The 3, MJ's Valiant Tom, 4. The 4, Flaming Sword, 2. The 5, Race Day, 5. The 6, Smooth Talkin', 3. Top down, 614, 25, 3 on the bottom. The quarter, 30 and 3. The half, 102.1. 3 quarters, 132.3. The mile, 203.
So there we go.
Came home in 101. Not bad.
So now we will take that break that we were just talking about. We'll be back with our finale right after this.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding farm. Cool Winds stands the popular dancing Yankee, a 2-time world champion, along with 2019 jug winner Southwind Ozzy, the son of Some Beach Somewhere. Cool Winds also stands the royally bred $2 million earning Western Fame. Cool Winds Farm wants to thank all the bidders and buyers that supported the Ohio Selected Jug Sale.
Hi, I'm Jenna, and this year I'm teamed up with Yannick Gingras, Tony Alania, Burke Racing, and Weaver Buscemi as we represent SBH Health System of the Bronx. We need your help securing the win for this year's 2024 Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge as we look to tackle Team Dunn, Team Tetrick, and Team Miller. Scan the QR code on your screens now, scroll down, vote for Team Gingras, help us win this year's charity challenge. Never let my older sister win, and I'm not going to start now.
History, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
And we're back live in Coshocton, coming up on our final race of the day here before we head over to Dayton. Is Dayton just Saturday night, Frank?
Saturday night for the Buckeye Stallion Series finals. The consolations will be at MGM Northfield Park on Sunday night.
Oh, perfect.
We will not have coverage of the consolations from Northfield, just the finals at
Dayton.
At Dayton, and then the following weekend it's Super Night up at Northfield. We will have the Scarlet and Gray Championships on the Saturday. We will not have the Sunday Gray Championships. We will only have the Scarlet Championships. So let's go to the post parade first.
$4,187, trophy by Norman Farms. Number 1, Mr. Legend, the driver Tyler Angus. Number 2, In His Time with Keith Cash Jr. Number 3, Big Risk Sonny, Ammon Hirschberger. Number 4, Just Barley with Chris Presley. And number 5, All Lathered Up, Braden Rhodes in the sulky. Horse will take one score and go to the gate.
From the rail out here in the final, 3-year-old Colton Gelding, the 3rd division, with a purse of $4,187. Number 1 is Mr. Legend. Tyler Angus holds the reins this afternoon for Christina Johnson. Joseph Hirschberger of Southington, Ohio, is the owner of this 3-year-old bit of a legend gelding out of the Astrios mare. The Mistress has 30 starts this year, just 1 win. 3 seconds and 5/3, $15,000 in earnings, a mark of 205 at Marion. Been racing at Dover in the last start, second tier, out of the 7-hole with a 5th place finish. Ashland, a 5th place finish. Had a rail trip out of Worcester and ended up in 2nd place. Then 7-hole second tier before that. So got the rail here and should be a little bit more competitive.
The number 2 is In His Time. Keith Cash Jr. drives for Betty Clegg. This Fear the Dragon gelding is out of We Adore Thee by Western Terror. 27 starts, 4 wins, 3 seconds, 7/3 this year. Earnings of $23,354. Lifetime 10 wins in 54 starts with earnings over $65,000. Has hit the board in 4 of the last 5. 4 back was a winner at Worcester in 203 and 1.
Zanesville's own Derek Wadaker has the reins here for Big Risk Sonny, your 3-horse this afternoon. I'm sorry, it's not Derek.
It's Amon again.
It's Amon again. It's Amon again.
You put it in the wrong place.
Again. Amon's driving for Derek. E. Diane Baker of McConnellsville is the owner. 14 starts, 6 times in the money, $8,500 in earnings. A nice mark of 59 at Fort Circleville at the very beginning of our fair season. This is a Big Risk gelding out of the Lismar, American Beck Jules' son.
The number 4 is Just Barley. Chris Presley picks up the drive for Isaiah Shrake, who owns along with Terry Shrake. This is a Charlie Barley out of the Ponder mare. Just Thinking, 22. starts this year, 5 wins, 7 seconds, 3/3, earnings of nearly $35,000. Has hit the board in 5 of 6, was a winner 4 back at Canfield, winning in 2 minutes and 3/5. Has a mark of 156, took that at Northfield on a sloppy track earlier this year.
Number 5, all lathered up. The Rhodes team, Braden and the bike, Bill the trainer. This lather up gelding is owned by Philip Groves and Myron Custer of Sydney. Western Hanover mare Moonlight Delay is the mama. 31 starts this year and 21 out of 31 in the money with a mark of 55-2 at Northfield. Really, really great race at Delaware on the 18th, the day before the jug out of the 7-hole. Got parked the middle half out there in 57-4 and ended up second with Aaron Merriman and the bike. That was in a $4,200 race. Won a $10,000 purse in Northfield the week before that in 55-2. Horse has been racing really good. The last 6 lines on here, just 1 break on September 3rd, otherwise first or second each time out.
Philip Groves, who owns this horse, turned it over to Bill Rhodes 2 races ago. So it's just been in the Bill Rhodes barn for 2 races, in a first and a second.
Boy, I've seen Bill Rhodes do good stuff with other horses.
Yes, he has.
I
but,
wonder if I can get on his mailing list.
The interesting thing is that the horse was doing well for Phil Groves, though.
Yeah, sure
and then,
was.
Moved him over to Bill Rhodes' barn anyway.
Yep. Well, this should be a good one.
So we are getting ready to go, I think. The starting car was over by the barns, but has now moved out into the position, waiting for them to form up on the backstretch. I want to thank everybody who has joined us for our 2 days of racing here from the Coshocton Fair. Been a great day today, just the sunshine out, a beautiful fall day. I mean, you could not beat today weather-wise.
Racing, not a chance. Good afternoon to our friends from Nevada Standard Bird out in Pahrump, Nevada. Greenville, thank you for being with us. Those in Florida today, thank you so much as well for being with us. This is the 11th and final race of the Coshocton County Fair. Again, this is the 3-year-old colt in gelding third and final division with a purse of $4,187. A field of 5. Let's send it upstairs to Roger Houston for the call.
The gate, and here they come. They're off and pacing. That's Mr. Legend going for the lead. Just Barley up on the outside second, into the turn, racing third in his time. On to the backside they go. All lathered up, racing fourth and treading the field. Big Risk Sunny. All in straight alignment down the backside, going to the first quarter mark. Tyler Angus and Mr. Legend has the lead by a length and a half as they race over to the opening quarter in 29-4. Into the turn they go. Just Barley is there second. Here comes on the move on the outside with each and every stride. Big Risk Sunny now third, now second. Racing third on the inside, Just Barley. Fourth on the outside, all lathered up and trailing the field in his time. 3 in, 2 out, coming to the halfway point. The leader, Mr. Legend, at the half in 59-2. Into the turn they go. On the outside, Big Risk Sunny going the long miles second. Just Barley is third. Racing fourth is all lathered up, going 3 wide for Braden Rhodes. On now second and going after the leader, Mr. Legend. Down the backside, all lathered up, has taken the lead and opens up with each and every stride. Out comes Just Barley second at the 3-quarter mark in 1:29-4. Midway of the final turn, all lathered up, has the lead by 6. Just Barley is there second. On the outside in his time, third. Fourth, Mr. Legend. Less than an 8 to go in Ohio. On top of the field and coming home, all lathered up, and Braden Rhodes. Just Barley's going to be second, in his time third.
Bill and Braden Rhodes with their second win of the day here at the Coshocton County Fair. Congratulations, all leathered up. That is the lather up gelding out of Moonlight Delight from Western Hanover.
2 wins in the last 3 for all lathered up.
We started off fourth, and Big Risk Sunny was the first one out. Pulled a little bit early, first over, and Braden, really smart, just got out there before anything else could happen and got right behind Big Risk Sunny and had cover pretty much all the way to the 3/4 pole before he pulled and just kind of took off from the field to win convincingly and fairly simply for Bill Rhodes and the owner of Groves and Kesslers. And Braden's on his way back.
Now Bill at least gets a black blanket this time.
Is that him?
Yeah, that's Bill right
That's
there.
Bill.
Big smile.
Yeah.
Bill Rhodes right there.
A younger guy. Yeah, good for him. Good job, Braden.
Let's go back up to Roger.
3-year-old colt and gelding pace, 3rd division. Number 5, all lathered up. On with Philip Groves of Sydney and Myron Kester of Sydney, Ohio. Bill Rhodes gets his training double today, and Braden Rhodes a driving double. All lathered up. 3-year-old gelding, but lather up out of Moonlight Delight. Home a winner in 158 4/5. Trophy will go to Drinking My Baby Goodbye and trainer Daniel Hale, fastest of the divisions, 157-3. Results are official. Number 1, Mr. Legend, 4. The 2, In His Time, 3. The 3, Big Risk Sunny, 5. The 4, Just Barley, 2. The 5, all lathered up, the winner. Top down, 4, 3, 5, 2, 1 on the bottom. The quarter, 29-4. The half, 59-2. 3/4, 129-4. The mile, 158 4/5. Well, that.
Thank you to Mike Walkenberg, Roger Houston, Frank Frost, team behind us, taking care of all the necessities, judges, the track people, the fair people here at Coshocton, everybody that did an amazing job yesterday getting this track into racing condition and providing us with 23 great harness races here at the Coshocton County Fair. On behalf of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, Frank Frost, and myself, Michael Langer, thank you all for being with us this afternoon. And stay tuned. We'll be in Dayton on Saturday night, and then in Lancaster.
Dayton Sunday morning, too. Dayton Sunday morning for the Montgomery Fair races. And then Lancaster next week.
Lancaster next week. So stay with us. Check back often. Thank you again. Have a great night. Giddy up, everybody.
This has been Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing has been presented by Midland Acres, thestable.ca, Dublin Valley Farms, Big D Tack and Vet Supply, and the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio County Fair Racing is a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.